And welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. We're still in grim darkness mode. There have been some horribly tense moments throughout this playthrough, but we are still there. We are still pushing forward. And right now, it is time to go down to Dargonis to sort out some family feuds. I mean, technically, you could say they're house feuds, but they are family feuds. Okay, not bad. Maximum wounds per rank of the user's conviction. Iconoclast removes all injuries. Wait, is this for the user or the person receiving? Burning, bleeding, fatigue. Gets rid of fatigued. Mobilized, cannot attack, psychosomatic trauma, and prone negative effects. Ooh. Where did I get this? I think I got this through our traders and reputation. This is beautiful. This is actually really powerful. Like I said, depending on whether it's the user or the person receiving. But if it's the person receiving, you get 5 ranks. I mean, that's like 75% of your maximum health. Not bad, but mostly it gets rid of fatigue. Which, now I'm thinking about it, hang on, let's put this very quickly just before we start. Let's put this in order. Where are all of my medkits gone? Ooh, medkits. Medkits up the wazoo. And... No. 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 That's quite nice for an in combat one. So no, that's the only thing that actually does seem to get rid of fatigue, because fatigue has been a bit of a sticking point with me. The fact that I've been unable to get rid of it. Oh, we've got an empty spot. Would you look at that? We're gonna go and 47 wounds. Is that the best we got? We're gonna stick that one in there. I like how every one here is actually worth 2 here. Crazy. Okay, and let's do a couple of quick level ups. Didn't quite get to the end of the last session. Got a bit admin heavy. I had to take a break like I'm sure the rest of you probably would have had to have done as well. Choose characteristics. Ooh. We're gonna go weapon skill. Had a few things blocked or parried recently, and it makes me very upset because her whole thing is making 10,000 attacks and hitting 10,000 times. First tier. Enemies attacked by the blade dancer have their weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception reduced by -10. By -17 to the start of blade dancer's next turn. Penalties do not stack. But still. Parry comes off. Okay. Plus parry bonuses minus... okay, thanks for that. The higher the weapon score, the higher the chances that attack will not be parried and the target will suffer damage. Easier for them to damage the target despite the enemy's dodge. Okay, cool. Thanks for that breakdown. We'll do this the hard way. It increases their parry. Okay, it is off weapon skill. So that would help reduce further parry. That could be quite nice. The dancer's weapon skill is increased by agility bonus. Yeah, but I don't know if they particularly suit a dual weapon setup. Dodges an attack made by an enemy who attacks them for the first time. Gains 1 charge of death from above. That could be quite good. We do love death from above. Double damage to enemies in less than 50% wounds. So 4 enemies in total. The next ability which requires spending wounds will cost no wounds. Maximum wounds are increased by dodge divided by 10. That's only 9. Not really that much. Raise damage melee attacks cost -1 AP less, but no less than 1. Parry is increased by toughness percentage, but it's not going to be a lot, is it? Gave up on toughness a while ago. That's less than 50% wounds. Blood Oath restores an additional 1 AP. What was Blood Oath? Oh, good clickables there. So yeah, we'll simply keep what we've got. I say what we've got selected. Have we still got it selected? Yes, we have. Click that. Back to Cass. Perception. Why not? And then first voice of command costs -1 AP less. Kinda like that one. Let's look at just the ones I've started, because there's too many of them anyway. Resolve. We're okay for resolve, I think. Why can't we got selected? Yep, one less AP. That'll work. We're gonna say perception as well. Turn off these bad abilities. Although we do have our. Every Perils of the Warp increases momentum by 20. We're doing that because she seems to trigger more Perils of the Warp than anyone should ever have to trigger. Quite frankly, it's insane. We're going to say 1 to ballistic skill for this round. I do actually want to put another one in agility and another one in perception. I think we'll round off those stats. First tier talents, okay. Exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower. You have to switch one over. Remind me what exposed weakness was it? I think I remember what exposed weakness was. I believe I do use it quite often. We'll go and select that one. We've had Pascal and we've had me. Whoa, calm down with the loud noises. And let's go back to the map. Let's go down to Dargonus and let's just continue this story. I don't know. I feel like if you could somehow... like, get a mod. Double check. I think we're finished with Dargonus. We are. I believe, though... Was there something? No, there's nothing that requires my attention. So let's go down to the palace. Oh, we have to... We have to take Abe. Okay. If you could somehow get a mod that you could... Admittedly, it would take a while. I get it would be a bit of an annoyance. But then you could somehow program it to basically auto-level you up with preset choices. Then genuinely... I think you could somehow, like, say if you played the game and you did like a 60-hour playthrough, I reckon you'd lose 10 to 15 hours by cutting out all of the level up admin. Like, it's honestly, it's insane. This game has that much involved with it when it comes to that stuff. Like, they've added that many. Hello. What is going on here? I remember like an administration problem. We have dead bodies. I don't remember this. And this person looks very sciencey. They've got like a test tube specimen container thing they're holding. Good thing we promote science here. You're confronted by the sight of dead bodies at the entrance to the palace. The corpses have been hauled into a pile. Some are dressed in the uniforms of palace wardens, whilst others are arrayed in the clothing typical of nobility. Your ladyship, we are honoured by your presence. Examine the assailants. Observation, there are rare, high-functioning servitor specimens present among the expired units. Such specimens are traditionally bestowed upon the noble houses that are most loyal to the sacred fellowship of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The augmentics of the deceased do differ from the implants ordinary people wear. The intricate construction makes it clear that the deceased were not ordinary humans. As far as I know, House Kopak has received such servitors from the Crimson Priesthood as gifts in the past, although this is my first time seeing one myself. You see, your ladyship, those people wanted to attack. Second Lieutenant of the Palace Guard, Elam Waite, reporting. Shortly before you arrived, we averted an assassination attempt on the rogue trader. Palace soldiers detected intruders and engaged them in combat. Why is the governor not here? I do not know, your ladyship. Perhaps he is. You can probably find him in the throne room, where the governor intends to put House Viserion on trial. I think she's with the rest of House Viserion, detained in the throne room. That is, Governor Drivestem has gathered all of Dragonus' nobility there to pronounce a guilty verdict against House Viserion. I must take my leave. More to the point, by losing Elliot, we have lost. Her big thing was awareness, but I can cover that, so that's good. All her other skills, I think, were mostly covered by other people. We shouldn't go into combat. I don't think I need to particularly worry about as in leveling up Abe. It's not going to be that important. If we suddenly find ourselves in need of an athletics check, then I might jump in and give him a bunch of stuff to make him a bit more useful in that regard. Bodies bear multiple wounds. It is evident that they died recently. There you go. Awareness 100%.
Everyone, applaud my brilliance.
There was a crumpled up letter inside the pocket of the assailant blood-soaked jacket. Do I have said letter? No, I do not. You found Valencia's trader. Ah, that's my herald. So could I... Oh, hang on. That's because I'm not in there. From newest to oldest. There you go. Info. Careful and discreet. Keep away from the lords and ladies. You must look like a noble to the servants and wardens. Do not engage in conversation with anyone. Your task is to avoid exposing yourself ahead of time and let Viserions get away while the wardens are busy guarding the rogue trader. Interesting.
One step at a time.
Sounds like a conspiracy.
Madness.
Anything in the light of the coin. The Onasai blessed the Von Valencia's dynasty. Suddenly find anything else. Just a quick roam around the gardens. We've got more aristocracy. A lot more aristocracy, some wardens, a few more. We've got these lovely telescopes on the go. And like I said, look at this. Blessed be the learned. How about this guy? Blessed be justice. I mean, I get that one.
There will be no peace in my wake.
All right, into the palace. Into the palace we go. We are, of course, going to stick by Abe's side and prove the innocence of his noble and glorious house. Yes, he has level ups. He has 25 level ups. And I think, what would be the minimum I'd be able to do? I could get away with like 15 of that. No, probably a bit less than that. Oh yeah, no, about 15 of them, give or take. Or 8 even. But hang on, let's go and do a quick 8. Let's see if we can give him... let's stick to starred talents. Taunting defense. Yep, that's a very easy one. Skills, athletics. The other thing is Carouse, but we'll put up athletics for now. Can't do weapon skills, so... Got a good bit of strength. We've got huge amounts of toughness as well, so we don't need to worry so much about that. Usability. Vanguard and now is getting 80% damage and 80% armor penetration against enemies in a 2-star radius against the Vanguard. Yep, follow my lead, quite like that. Back to starred abilities. Ooh, how about power weapon? No, not power weapon expert. Let's unstar. Just because I'm not going to give away my power armor, so if nobody can wear them, this guy can just be a dress dummy, basically. And he can look absolutely freaking glorious in, put that up with a full 10. Put another bit of a jump on athletics. Not that I think I'm going to need athletics in my own palace. Like, I'm not going to be jumping around or on top of things. Whenever it hits an enemy with an attack of opportunity, that enemy must make a willpower resistance test or become... Make me their target. Priority target. That's a good point. Hang on, what was this? Choose available talents, because this is a... Yeah, choose common talents. Choose available talents. First we'll do... Granted by this ability instead of minus 20. Whenever an enemy that considers Vanguard a priority target enters the cell adjacent. Yes. This one we will give a common talent. Attack that hits them. So what we are going to go and do, we're going to leave it there. I'm not going to do the whole of the rest. What we are then going to go and do is familial power armor. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if that doesn't look absolutely glorious, I do not know what does. Look at that. I mean, obviously, we may swap it off him if we decide it needs to be put on someone else, but for now, he is just going to look glorious. I genuinely now want to create a party of heavies just so I can stick them all in power armor. So I've got this. I'm sure I've got another one that I will be getting soon, and I've also got one that I'm going to be getting for Pascal. And that just looks absolutely glorious. That's one-handed. Let's keep with two-handed weapons. Heavy greatsword. That's what we have. Tearing Vengeance. Only one-handed. But it's better than what I've got. And if only you could have some kind of a shield on this. Not quite the same size. Let's keep him with his greatsword. It just looks good.
Abelard, I've been meaning to ask. How are you keeping it together so well? Don't you ever feel awful without her?
Enough, Plus. We have a duty to the new rogue trader. You would do well to focus on that. If you keep your mind busy, you will have less opportunity to fill it with awful things.
Wow. Told. He reprimanded her hard. He's mumbling a prayer to the Emperor. Oh, that's the best I get? I don't actually get to have a conversation? Okay, then. What else have we got? We got aristocrats. We got a party / delegation in front of there. Let's have a quick trip into the office.
What lies beyond?
It doesn't look like we've got anything going on too much. Okay, so let's come back through this wonderful rabble. We've got more guards, etc. over there. No one particularly standing out. Let me through. I have an appointment with Chancellor Clementia Wessarion. But you cannot go any further. Governor Drivestem's orders. This is ridiculous. I shall complain. You may complain. I'm right behind you. Move over. Let her ladyship the rogue trader through. Now, obviously, I get it's a game, so it's programmed, but I still love how synchronized that was. And here we are. Your ladyship, 'tis an honor. I regret that such unfortunate circumstances have occasioned the rogue trader's visit to the capital. Let's, I'm going to turn it so we're looking at us from the other way, because then we get to see Abe. He looks freaking glorious. Your ladyship, you are here. Please, you must hear us out. The rogue trader is undoubtedly here to listen to the testimony of each and every one of us and to punish the traitors. We have known each other for many decades now, and we have had our fair share of disagreements, but do you really think my flesh and blood would trample upon the very definition of honor and loyalty? We have evidence implicating them, Abelard. I am sure her ladyship will arrive at a fair ruling. What are the charges? Disruption of the logistic lines, bribery of Adeptus administrative officials, document forgery, and organization of heretical insurrections. On top of the evidently devastating economic impact this has had on your protectorate, these criminal acts have impeded the delivery of the Imperial Tithe, which in turn has drawn the Administratum's attention. An esteemed member of the Adeptus Arbites is expected to arrive in Dargonus shortly, and before they do, we are obligated to identify and punish those responsible. Adversarian denies all charges laid against it. These last few months have indeed been trying for Dargonus, but we have done our best to remedy the situation. My family's every effort was focused on stabilizing the capital's logistics and economy, so much so that we failed to notice the web of intrigue unfolding behind our backs. What happened on Dargonus? When we caught wind of the rumors of your disappearance, we patiently awaited news of your return. But then Dargonus was struck by a series of terrible events. The first was the sabotage of logistics that hampered shipments. Then mass unrest spread across the entire planet, and the minor noble houses began squabbling among themselves, trying to pin the blame on their rivals. We took great pains to calm them down and managed to quash the revolt, though not without some outside help, unfortunately. These events have also been overshadowed by the... I'm ashamed to even say it aloud in front of you, your ladyship. The rumors circulating among the higher houses. Some were calling for Theodora's true heir to be installed as the head of your house, Conrad Voigtvier. Not all of your subjects have forgotten his past efforts for the benefit of the Trade Protectorate. When the investigation was launched, the evidence led us to the Wassarians via their dead bodies. Your ladyship, I humbly beg your pardon. You see, right before your arrival, the palace guard discovered a plot to assassinate you. Unfortunately, the malefactors were disposed of before they could cause you any harm. Of course, I have evidence, your ladyship. The investigation has established that members of the Wassarian family, which is responsible for both Dargonus' fleet and its logistics, used their contacts and influence to forge a host of documents in order to undermine the planet's supply routes and economy, thus fomenting unrest among the inhabitants. Marvel, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. Have one of those. Cornelius holds a prestigious position at the Administratum Palace. Cornelius holds a prestigious position at the Administratum Palace, and it is thanks to him that we managed to identify and trace the entire chain of forged documents. The investigation led us to the perpetrators who admitted to acting on the orders of members of House Wassarian. It was they who were intent on spreading the idea of restoring the title of Rogue Trader to their true heir. This young man is shrouded in a mist of grey and blue. Sickly shadows of fear are fluttering around him. Make me doubt the loyalty of House Wassarian as a Rogue Trader. I order you to release them from custody at once. 5. I would not have dared disobey your word, your ladyship, but I am afraid this situation demands that the guilty receive their due punishment. The sabotage of logistic chains perpetrated on the capital world of your dynasty has naturally had an effect on tithe collection. The most honorable representatives of the Adeptus Arbites will be here before long to investigate the matter. Alas, their attention puts both you personally and the entire protectorate at risk. We shall learn more before I make my final decision. As you wish, your ladyship, speak to me when you are ready to announce your verdict. Thank you for your willingness to help, Lord Captain. I'm certain we shall find the true perpetrators. Yes, Abe needs... He needs leveling up, but... he just looks glorious. Let's just look at him one more time. Absolutely glorious. Anyway, moving back on to the problems at hand. Who do we have? Wardens. Where are we? Gaprak, Aristocrat. Gaprak, Aristocrat. Go back to the heads. Lords and ladies, sumptuously dressed in colors of House Gaprak, are standing in a half circle around Toriana and her son, Vicent. The bodies and faces of almost every member of this dynasty are covered in large, ornate augmetics. Greetings, your ladyship. May the Omnissiah grant you understanding. Abelard, it must be difficult for you to be here under these circumstances with your house standing accused of such grave crimes. My family is yet to be found guilty of anything. That verdict is for the Rogue Trader to reach. Do you think the accusations are true? I will not take such a responsibility upon myself and rule on their guilt, your ladyship. I do think Governor Drivestem's accusations are worthy of consideration, however. In your opinion, Pardon my bluntness, your ladyship, but I will answer truthfully. It could be anyone. Greed, fear, and ideals can drive even the most loyal subjects to do the unthinkable. All of them are high-functioning servitors. It's impossible to read her emotions. Perplexed, whispers bound from family members. Possible, we came here by ourselves while doing services. We know nothing about it. Thank you for informing us of this. You are absolutely right. My house has indeed been endowed with high-functioning servitors. A blessing for those who revere the Omnissiah, but today, none of our house members were accompanied by them. Vicent, I wish to speak to you. I know you care for Astartia Wessarion. Are you prepared to watch her die? There's something you ought to know, your ladyship. Today, I noticed one of my family members to be in an odd, uncharacteristic mood. Hallan Gaprak is my paternal second cousin once removed. May the Emperor save his soul. Usually reserved and self-possessed, today he was frantic and anxious, fidgeting with a small piece of paper and seemingly looking for someone to no avail. When I last saw him, he was headed to the entrance hall where the altars are. Perhaps you should talk to him. Make of the charges. I do not think I can doubt the validity of the accusations, but I am also not sure that House Wessarion had a reason to betray you, your ladyship. I do not know of any instance where their loyalty to you or the Emperor was anything less than unwavering. Thank you very much. I shall take my leave. More random aristocrats. Okay, so let's
They will see.
go and try and speak to this guy who I believe... Oh, he still exists. If he ever gets to a point where... In fact, I won't kind of ruin it. I believe I know what happens. Oh, yeah, that happens. He gets to a point, and that point is now where he's dead. The colours of House Caprak, I do not believe he decided to take his own life in such an extravagant way. As far as I know, there is a warden post here, but I do not see any wardens. There was no one to ask about what happened here or with whom this man spoke before he died. I would like to ask Urband where the palace guard suddenly disappeared to. This man was poisoned, a paralyzing toxin. The victim cannot scream, call for help, attract attention, or even breathe. A good tool for silent killing. I have made use of it in the past. Ooh. There are no visible wounds on the body, but near the edge of the gold-trimmed collar, you notice a tiny puncture in his blue skin, likely wound caused by a thin needle. We've got a short note. You find a folded piece of paper inside, hiding behind a handkerchief embroidered with the initials HG, which I believe was him. No, don't step away from the corpse. I hate it when I press the wrong button. Ah, now I can't look around either. It won't let me go back. Oh, damn it. Oh, well. That's highly annoying. Or because I accidentally clicked the wrong button. So we have a short note. Let's read the short note. The rogue trader is attacked by someone loyal. It should appear as if it was all staged to let the Wessarion family escape. This is the last assignment. Soon your debt will be paid off in full. So he was in debt to somebody.
Patience. My nerves are frayed.
That's right. Let me through. Warden? Nope. You have nothing to say for yourself. Okay. Other families. Oh, we have a whole bunch of servants on their knees. What's going on over here? Claim you knew nothing about the attack. Is that right? I'll put it in your file. When you end up on a penal world, the warden will be interested to read it. Oh, that's a bit... potentially a bit harsh. But hey-ho, this is Warhammer 40,000. Harsh is what we do. Let's speak to the Sauerbecks, your ladyship. Looking like a younger copy of his father, stands at a slight distance close to his mother. An expensive yet understated dress serves to highlight the dazzling beauty of Macarius' wife, Regina Sauerbeck. Your ladyship, I am delighted that you have chosen to grace us with your attention. Who apart from Sarians could have motive to conspire against me? Kiss Regina's hand. Let's attempt to cause some trouble. How kind of you to say, your ladyship. Mwahahahaha. Set against the doom and gloom of current events, your husband's dour family, you look especially dazzling today, Regina. Really, your ladyship, I'm glad to hear this from the rogue trader, especially today. Regina, step away from her ladyship. Ba-ba-bam. Oh, throne preserve you, Macarius. Stop being so jealous and making a scene over nothing. Just because a crude blockhead like you lacks the refinement and courtesy of C.C. von Valancius. Haha. His bile poisons the air around him wherever he goes. Once he gets something into his head, he hairs off to remove the heads of others just to prove that he is in the right. House Drivestem, wishing to expand their clout. House Caprak, who lost influence over Kamigawa incident. House Sauerback, whose patriarch is too direct in his communication with a rogue trader. Anyone could have a reason to conspire against you, and equally they could have none. It is not a question of motive, but of loyalty. Each of your subjects has sworn an oath of loyalty to you, so whose sincerity do you doubt? Was killed whilst praying to the Emperor. I had this note on him. Do you know anything about it? Edgar, standing behind Macarius, spots the note you are holding. Immediately, he balls his fist and jerks his head away. He exhales deeply through his nose in a bid to contain some clearly overwhelming emotion. No, I know nothing about the note. Edgar, I wish to have a word with you in private. Perhaps you noticed my momentary weakness. My apologies for my outburst. That note you see, I was not fast enough to read the text, but I would recognize the paper anywhere. Those sheets with the custom gold embossing on the edges can only be found in my father's office. Is wrong. I don't believe my father can be involved in this. He can often be harsh and rude, but a conspiracy against the rogue trader is unthinkable. This goes against everything he has taught me ever since I was born. I cannot even imagine the possibility that he has betrayed himself in such a way. I've always thought Toriana too weak to participate in such risky ventures, but it seems I was wrong about here. Do you really believe they're guilty? This is proof of their guilt, and they have no means by which to refute it. TC Von Valencia is seeking your advice on what House Viserion should do in this situation. Pay attention. Macarius, focus on the rogue trader's question. Okay, let's pop.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Right, home and server mode is occasionally interrupted by clicking coming from somewhere within the servitor. Oh, I actually thought that could have been Nomos, to be perfectly honest. Greetings, your ladyship. May the Almighty grant you understanding. It must be difficult to be here under these circumstances. Member of your house right here in my palace. Hallen, it can't be. Tell me about him, Toriana. One of the lower-ranking members of House Caprak. Despite his advanced age, he never held high office, but he was forever striving to be better his position, even beyond his abilities. Struggled to cope with the misfortune that befell Kiavagama and our family. Some members could not reconcile themselves to our new position. Toriana's visor oculars are fixed on the floor, her fingers restlessly clenching in the fabric of her dress. Time to keep silent is long gone. The future of the Von Valencia's trade dynasty and your house are both at stake now. We lost Kiavagama, a truly devastating blow to every member of House Caprak. I lost all hope for the future, and my kin lost their sense of purpose. We needed time to recover and chart a new course for ourselves, but we were and still are more than capable of doing that. But I will not deny it. The other houses have offered us their assistance for their own self-serving ends. Perhaps Hallen decided to take them up on one of their offers behind my back. Lord Captain, the Capraks, all or perhaps some of them are definitely involved, but I suspect they were not behind the plot against you. Hallen the Caprak could be nothing more than a puppet in the hands of a deft puppet master. I suppose whoever it is that we are to prevent the pestilence of heresy spreading any further. What do you suggest we do? You already have grounds to suspect House Sauerback of the conspiracy and orchestrating the attempt on your life. Governor Drivestem's decision to unjustly accuse House Viserion also casts doubt on his competence. I tell him that you are ready to pronounce your verdict, but before you do, I suggest focusing on each house in your indictment speech, and I shall observe them. I have known those people far longer than you have. I know all their gestures, habits, and behavioral quirks. I'm sure I'll be able to determine which of them was responsible for the riots based on their behavior. Officially, high-function servitors are employed by my house alone. Suspicion of falling around the Capraks. I assure you that this is what the Viserions intended to happen. I'll take my leave. Let's have one final conversation with the Drivestems. Governor. Your ladyship, thank you for giving this case your undivided attention. One of the assailants were high-functioning servitors. Such servitors are indeed rare, and the Capraks do have them in their service, but this could have been done intentionally with an eye to confusing you. What of an altar? Do you know anything about it? It was killed in the palace, and no one noticed, but how there are wardens posted at every altar. Wardens had left their post. Did you order them to do so? Emperor forbid, your ladyship. Your negligence is stunning, Urbend. An assassination attempt followed by a mysterious death, and yet, here you are, oblivious to everything. The rogue trader can justly accuse you of allowing a noble to be killed in the palace and of failing even to notice. Maybe so, but it is not for the rogue trader to accuse me of negligence. Not you. Sorry, it is for the rogue trader. Your ladyship, accept my deepest apologies for my imprudence. Nothing matters to me more than my honor. I shall send the servants to deal with all this immediately. You see Hallen Grapak today before I arrived. I did not see him myself, but perhaps have any of you seen him today? I think my sister and I saw him sitting on the bench some distance away from the palace's entrance. I think he was accompanied by a gentleman, but forgive us, your ladyship, we could not make out his face. Lead me to that place. Oh, and time to follow this person.
How intriguing.
So, Lord Caprak conversing with someone over here, your ladyship. I've apparently found something. I don't know if it's just the awareness check. It's an honor to assist you.
Devious triumphs.
House Sauerback usually serves this wine. Alright then, let's go have a quick conversation with Sauerback again.
Tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Regina, what have you been doing? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not then. Back to Governor Urbend. Mr. Drivestem. Tell me more about your son. Thank you for your interest, your ladyship, but I am not worthy of it. Show some respect. Forgive him, your ladyship. It's the first time he's had the honor of attracting the attention of the rogue trader. How did you manage to find the forged documents? When compiling reports on the last cycle supply chain, I noticed inaccuracies and discrepancies in the figures. With the help of the other clerks, I managed to find several other documents. Comprehensive data analysis has shown that the discrepancies were caused by intentional tampering with the data. Father and I have managed to single out the administratum clerks responsible for tampering with the data. Following a heated interrogation, they confessed that they were following the orders of someone from House Wassarian. Everything was supposed to look as though they were the ones suffering losses from the logistical and economical problems. There's no conceivable way they could do all of this in a place where they do not hold any power. I think the right amount of money can open any door. Tell me more about your job. I manage the documents and records related to the economy of Dargonus. You probably know how scrupulous the workers of the Adeptus Administratum are. I'm afraid that a more detailed explanation of my duties would mirror the administrative process of the Administratum. Too long and overly detailed. What is the true reason for your nervousness? It's the first time I have spoken face-to-face with a rogue trader. I'm afraid of saying something wrong or forgetting something important. Do you wish to tell the Lord Captain anything else? Forgive me, your ladyship. I can't do it anymore. The lie has gone too far and I can no longer control it. The truth is that all of the logistical problems were caused by a single error in the numbers. My mistake. What? When I discovered my mistake, it was almost impossible to restore the supply lines. Then I was approached by someone who said they were a friend. They did not give me their name and I never saw their face. They promised to fix the problem. What I had to do was pretend that the Wassarians were responsible for the mistake, and as for the rest of the evidence, they promised to arrange it all. And... What have you done? How could you? Your ladyship, this is my fault. I trusted my son and have failed you in doing so. I beg you, have mercy. And you called my family's honor into question, Urban. Nevertheless, I have no desire to command when he is down. Lord Captain, the confession you have obtained means that House Wassarian can now be cleared of all charges. What is this, friend? By letter, I received a letter out of the blue one day. It was unsigned, but the person writing already knew about my erroneous calculations. He offered to help me cover up my misdeed, and in return, I would name the Wassarians as the ones who had sabotaged the supply lines. All I had to do was gather together some documents and reports that were listed in one of the letters, that and keep my mouth shut. Cool. He's gonna die. Oh, and I'm playing nice. I mean, there's no Iconoclast assigned to this. He's gonna die. Pull out a knife that I do not carry. Thank you, your ladyship. This is a disgrace to my family. I hope I can atone for it. Summon everyone. I am ready to pronounce my verdict. Wow, he thanked me for killing his son. Charges brought by Governor Drystone were fabricated. House Wassarian had nothing to do with the orchestrated riots or the plot targeting the rogue trader. However, the real perpetrators are here in this very room. He then shifts his piercing gaze to the crowd before you. result of a grave error committed by your son. Overt contempt towards me is reason enough to implicate your house in conspiracy. Let's go for this. Awareness 10. Starbuck furrows his brows and slightly cocks his head. He averts his gaze for the first time as if trying to remember or make sense of something. You notice some restless movements behind him. Alod now his eyes and scrutinizes Makarios Sauerbach and his retinue standing behind him. His sharp eye lights up when he catches sight of something important and hidden in the crowd. Seneschal looks at you and nods as if to say, the puppeteers given themselves away, pronounce the verdict. I find the air in the room is frozen with a tense, almost electrified silence. All the nobles, some with fear and others with reverent anticipation, await your verdict. Seneschal, you may take it from here. Makarios, I must admit I have always admired your bluntness, but just as I once had to say goodbye to promotion because of my dislike for intrigue, you and your family might soon say goodbye to your heads. Tell me now, in your blunt fashion, are you loyal to House von Valancius? I am loyal, Wassarian. You are not lying, but someone else is, someone who is poised to destroy both you and your family for her own gain. Makarios does not have time to respond. Regina, who is standing beside him, raises her arm as if to slap the elderly Seneschal. Abelard deftly catches her wrist, stopping her hand right in front of his face. Her dainty hand is adorned with a massive augmetic ring topped with a thin spike dripping with venom. Oh, the animations and the noises. Regina, you! Mother! Upon realizing what has happened, Hector recoils from his mother. Makarios, your bluntness makes you an open book. When I talked about helping the Caprax, you had no idea what I was referring to. Your wife, on the other hand, her eyes started shifting like you would not believe. Regina Sauerbach, you alone betrayed the rogue trader, jeopardizing the prosperity of the house of the von Valancius trade dynasty, and you alone are responsible for your unmasking. Who aided you? Oh, of course I didn't. I have too many helpers to list them all, but rest assured there are plenty of them. Just as there are plenty of people who follow Master Voitvia. My death will not change anything. The true rogue trader will come and take his rightful place when the time is right. Why would you do this? Because Dagonis is serving an imposter. The true heir of the Protectorate bears a different name. Blah, blah, blah. When he comes back, everything's going to happen. It's too narrow-minded to consider opposing the rogue trader, even an illegitimate one, so I have to wait for the right moment. Why the Wassarians? Because when stripped of the Seneschal's protection, this house is the weakest one of the Dogonis. They are also particularly disliked by the governor's family. It would have been easy to bury the Wassarians under accusations of heresy. Let us... I thought there could have been something special between us. I'm sorry, regrets about causing you such difficulties, but what was I to do? Duty calls for us to rein in our most genuine desires. Wahahaha. Just trying to screw with her, basically. Right, Abelard, kill her. Or the entire barrel. I will not exterminate them all. In that case, Regina Sauerbach should be subjected to intense interrogation followed by execution. The ring weapon that fires a single liquefier shot can only be used once per combat. Well then, let's find out some more names, shall we? Not that we're actually going to physically do that. But I don't even actually think we get any results from this, to be honest. If I think about it, I don't think we get given a whole bunch of names or anything. Murder of the rogue trader, Regina Sauerbach is sentenced to death for heresy and crimes against the von Valancius trade dynasty. What's going on in the background right now? Oh wow, we've got some crazy things, and wow, she's just being tortured on a rack. This is pretty brutal. This is Warhammer 40K for you. Although even this I feel like is a bit extreme. You know, you don't usually see things like it's a horrible. You know, there's war everywhere, and everybody dies, and there's fighting, and there's carnage, and there's horror, and there's. I suppose that's actually probably not too far fetched for Warhammer 40,000. Yeah, probably not at all, to be honest. But she's dead. House House Sauerbeck has probably got things to look at and atone for. Lord Captain, you have my thanks. The rogue trader should not waste time on the matters of her servants and trustees can resolve, but in this case your intervention was necessary. Not just for the sake of my family, but for your trade dynasty as well. Virginia Sauerbeck, evidently Conrad's accomplices, continue to plot against your protectorate. I fear we've not heard the last of such scoundrels. Bam, 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 bam. Thanks to you, Lord Captain, House Viserion is saved, although it came close to being wiped out as a result of scheming without imprudence within. Sometimes I think about how much I could teach them. I can ensure that they survive in the future without me. What are you going to do now? I think I will be ready to resume this conversation later when we are back on board the ship. Right, so speak to him when we're back on board the ship. Oh. Quite overloading here. There you go, we're in the palace. Good old Dargonus. Coming to Viserion. I hope your stay in Dargonus will be beneficial to your health. I must take my leave and dialogue. Oh, he's gone. That's interesting. He did betray us and then got taken... Well, not betray us. He got fooled and then got taken off by the Drukhari and we ended up in Komorra on our very first playthrough. However, this time, that's not how it happened, but he has still disappeared. Interesting. Where has he gone? He's not dead. We saved him. Oh, hang on. We can escape this way, can't we? We definitely saved him. And hang on. Return to the ship. Void ship bridge. Let's go have a word with Abe about what his family's been up to. Or not been up to in this case. They are completely innocent, and he is now going to think he has to go and keep them under check and protect them, but I'm not going to let him because he is at this stage acting as my dressmaker's model, so to say, and he is gloriously, not quite sure what the right word would be, but he is gloriously, that's what I'm after. He is gloriously showing off my power armor, which just looks absolutely epic, which I didn't get in the last playthrough. I did get power armor, but I did not get this power armor, and it looks amazing.
Lord
Now
Captain,
to express my gratitude.
allow me to express my gratitude. To tell you the truth, Lord Captain, this whole situation has got me thinking. As patriarch of the Viserion family, I have a responsibility to my bloodline.
Tell me plainly.
Under Lady Theodora, I served as steward of the Trade Protectorate on more than one occasion. In that capacity, I was based on Dargonus, rather than traveling with the rogue trader on the flagship.
I understand your desire.
If it would be possible,
After the immediate crisis in the Spanx has passed.
Thank you, Lord Captain. Under my watch, the Trade Protect... Well then, Lord Captain. It is time I return to my duties. Is the...
Take my leave. There you go. So when the game, aka immediate crisis, is over, he will be allowed to return to his house and oversee them in his waning years. I'm sure he will die a very happy, very old man. Yeah, no, that's all good. Let's... I don't think... Yeah, Gamma's still going. Janice looks a bit shy. We have finished up, though. We've just got a couple of extras. Push through, really. Yeah, Kiavagama and Fabo 6 are the ones that I've really got anything left to do with. There was one... I don't know if it is the end one, but there's one in Kiavagama that will get me 20,000 reputation with them. Map with Cronus Expanse, which is going to be huge. And then I'm hoping I can finish up my reputation things with both Drusus and the Mechanicus. Alright, so let's have a quick look. We have to find more Gene Stealer cult people. But I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to be finding them. One-Way Road, let's ignore that. Elusive Plunderers. Oh, I might try and have a go at those guys. They're kind of on the way, because I need to come down to... all the way down to here, actually, for Ubundus. A rare find. Let's... what's here? Go to the world of Quetzaltemer. Oh, I can do that. I can go and do that. By profit factor gain, so something finished, one-way road, we're not going to do that. I don't need a one-way road to anywhere, quite frankly. The material released from script. Okay, so they finished Tools of Killing, profit factor 3. What else have we got? There you go, Sky Barrier. Power of Plasma, and I'm not too worried. I mean, average, yeah, not Ethereal Visor. Used by +1. Ooh, I mean, that is nice. But then I need my reputation to be above 50,000 to begin with. And this will pretty much get my reputation above 50,000. It's an odd one, that. 30% minimum damage to their all ranged attacks. I mean, +1 psi rating. 20% additional damage with their psychic powers and psychic staves. I mean, it is actually really nice. Do I think I can get up to 50,000 reputation with the Explorators? That is the question. Seems to get me some weapon, gets me some security. What can you go and give me, if anything? A little bit of Drusian reputation. It blocks Lair in the Void. We have finished these guys off. We're actually all the way back in rank 2, actually. That's interesting. So no, if we come back to rank 2 then. Wait, so these... no, wait, these have already been locked. Never mind. Yeah. Can't actually go and do those anymore. So this place is actually kind of finished off a little bit as well, unless I suddenly decide I want some resources. So it's pretty much just Kiavagama. The reason I can't do these is because I don't have the reputation with the Explorators. Interesting. Yeah, definitely replace her goggles. So I need... remind myself, how much reputation? 54,000? No, 50,765. Right then. Elusive plunderers. Let's make sure that nobody's been taken out of any of the positions on my ship. Nope, all posts are still filled. Upgrade that. You haven't got anything to upgrade. You haven't got anything to upgrade either. Oh, already upgraded. Let us... we'll pick this fight first. With these pirates. A chase is ensuing behind the stained glass window of the bridge. Several pirate raiders are trying to catch up with the cruiser, fruitlessly firing salvos at it from their macro cannons. The officers of the Augur crew report they're chasing the elusive Contempt. It's a legendary pirate flagship that has been plundering cargo ships around the expanse for several hundred years, masterfully evading patrols and escaping unpunished with the loot. Shelby, the proto-speculator, the elusive Contempt's captain, addresses you via Vox. In a cheerful, almost affectionate tone, he thanks you for the high-grade resources mined by the Von Valancius Extractiums, and also for your invaluable assistance in his escape. As soon as Shelby finishes his speech, the elusive Contempt swiftly enters the warp, and a powerful salvo intended for his vessel explodes against your void ship's shields instead. We're going to be killing a whole bunch of pirates as this guy gets away. I thought we might have had a bit more of an interaction to whether I could stop him getting away. I do remember he gets away. But I couldn't remember whether I attempted to do some skill checks to hamper him or stop him or anything, really.
The stars will judge you.
He is in fact still here.
Nobody survives
No, he's not here.
this void ship.
There's 6 enemies, I believe. A whole bunch of tiny little destroyers, though. The pirates, I'm not hugely worried by pirates. Plasma torpedoes are always going to be a pain. We've got 3 left and 3 right. And come to here. Let's attempt to punch through. Ooh, so close. So he just blew up. Oh, I should have actually shot him with my port weapons. That was a bit of a waste. Let's move forward to there. Let's drop out. Some ships. Let's do a little shallow jump. That'll make sure I don't get hit by any torpedoes. 100%. 1 health. Expeditious reload. He's dead. And he's dead. Let's have these guys start to swing this way towards the last 3. Ooh, double shot on the good old macro cannons. Ooh. Putting a few torpedoes out. Hey, that's going to make things a little bit more interesting. So, really? You're going to go and target the torpedoes? Wow, this place is actually quite laced with torpedoes right now. I'm not entirely sure how I can dodge all of these except for run away. Let's drop off some more fighters. Let us... like, if I come to there, I'm gonna get shot by them and by them. Probably miss them. These two, I'm not too worried about. Very interesting. How very interesting indeed. Now, obviously, I can try and get some of these guys to take out some of the torpedoes, but not all. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna come around to here. And I'm not in danger of being blown up, I don't think. I mean, there are a lot of torpedoes hanging around. Let's put on the starboard side shield. I'll leave that there. How about if we go there? Nope, still out of range. That's fine. Let's take out those torpedoes. You. Then you can take out... I'll try and take out this guy. Okay, they don't actually have too much range on their torpedoes anyway, by the looks of it. Ooh! A good old sword class frigate. Never really stays in a fight. Oh, he's dead.
A breach in the enemy's shield has been revealed.
I do love how all of the speech things that come up put him down as an enemy. Double miss. Quadruple miss. These torpedoes will fly away. Yep, they explode. Let us come around and take these guys out. I'm not worried about these two torpedoes. Then he's going to try and run.
Destination is known.
Who does he think he is? That'll be you. That'll be you. Oh, we have to come down this way. Okay, apparently we're always going to go through their forward shields. Around here. Should technically be the end of the fight, but torpedoes always get an extra round. I mean, it's a bit harsh, I think, really. Doesn't benefit you in any way whatsoever, just the enemy. Oh, there you go, thank you. Okay. Oh, wait, there was an upgrade. Like I said, it doesn't benefit you in any way, because if the enemy dies, they still have a chance to take you out and end your game. If you die, well, then your game's ended. Not really any other way to look at it, really. Onboard ECM. Torpedoes on attack craft gain 6% evasion against enemy attack craft attacks and 20% evasion against all other attacks. Roll plus 1 extra wing of each type of attacked craft. Sold. Attack craft launch from a torpedo tube. Each torpedo gain plus 1 hull integrity. Bunch of ram torpedoes. % more scrap. Oh, we'll add strafe to the mix. Gives him a second ability, my good old previous rogue trader Bajado. I believe that is that. Yes, let's go. No, sorry, not void ship management. Let's quickly pop to the bridge. And let's speak to our trader once again. And speak to our representatives. Again, I would love it if they made that into a button. I don't see why I have to go through. Maybe it is a button. Maybe I've just missed it, to be honest. Maybe all this time I've not actually known it's there. But I truly wish there was a faster way than doing this. Because that's colony management. This is cargo management, which is the closest we get. Definitely not in there. Party formation, map, journal, character, inventory. Yeah, no, it's definitely not there. Again, unless there's some obscure button which I am blatantly missing, which could happen. Shipping and transportation of some goods. So we have to get 20,000. It was, I think it was 50,000 and something. I can't quite remember, but it's a lot. All right, it's a hell of a lot. I would like to finish this off for that. We've got some more Artificer armor here. This is the one we got last time, and I did put Abelard in. So let's. Oh, hang on. What do we get? What was it? It was melee armor and uniform kits. Sorry, melee weapons and uniform goods. I don't think we'll have any more because I don't think we've done any of those kind of fights. Visions, holy gifts, miscellaneous. No, we don't. Right. But we need... What did I say? We need to get up to a level 31. Okay. So let's just confirm. Fuel, miscellaneous, provisions, armor kit, and then these three. I am almost positive they take it all. Holy gifts, ship components, mechanical creations, armor, provisions, fuel, miscellaneous. Yes, they do. Right. The only thing that these guys take, which is slightly higher up the list as well, is jewelry, but I'm pretty sure we don't have any jewelry either. Let's see if we can find us some jewelry. I'm kind of looking a bit in the grayed out ones. There you go, jewelry. No, we haven't got any extra of that. But I mean, we should get some, right? We should get some. Got a few places. I'm about to go to a world and do some on-ground exploration, which should also get me some melee weapons. But you know what? I'm not gonna push it. Let's come here. Let's go to reputation. Let us type in ascending order. Let's start giving these guys a whole bunch. I need about 20,000. Fuel, which is a nice cheapy thing. Mechanicus creations. You can, I think, take all of these. Folks. Some of this stuff written down in books because, well, I'll be damned if I remember all of this. Yes, mechanics creations. You can definitely take all of them because they are not needed by the Drusians at all. Well, hey, there's a whole 4,000. They're only worth 200 each. I feel like this should be the top thing for the Mechanicus, Adeptus Mechanicus to want. You can take all ranged weapons because they are not taken at all by fun people over at Drusus. Nah, the holy gifts. There we hit the big money makers. Wow, I've actually got so many. So many. Chuck in some miscellaneous. Trade. There's 21,000 right there. Let's just take everything. Alright, so we're up to 32 out of 38. Let's leave that. Leave that. Go to our colony. Let's go to Kiavagama. Let's open this. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. And there you go. The power. Nope. Warp Revelations. Let's get that. Needed 50,000. Got about 54 in the end. Alright, very nice. Let's have a very quick look. Yep, newest to oldest. 2 times target deflection plus target's armor divided by 2 direct damage. Oh, wow. Oh, no. So, yeah, that's only going to be like 50 or something. That's okay, but it's direct damage, so it can't be stopped. Whenever the wearer uses Carnival of Misery, they immediately heal to full. I don't think I've got anybody that uses that. 20 tech use and 20 log use. They can also reroll failed test. Pascal, where are you? Where does this go? This goes instead of a necklace. Whenever the wearer ends their turn, they deal 21 energy damage to all adjacent enemies. Give you that. The wearer's single attacks on an opening. We don't have any of that going on. Whenever the wearer inflicts a damage over time effect or kills an enemy, the wearer gains +1 stack of inevitability effect. As soon as the wearer gains 6 stacks of inevitability, they deal 9 direct damage to all enemies suffering from any damage over time effects, and all the stacks of inevitability are, not great. An ally under the effects of the wearers break their ranks ability. I don't think I use that. Whenever the wearer hits a target with a melee attack, the target's armor is reduced by 2% until the end of combat, and it stacks. How are we doing? It's a critical damage of wearer. Yeah, never mind that. The wearer of these boots gains 10% parry and rerolls failed dodge tests. Whenever the wearer reaches MP0, they deal 6 impact damage to all the increased parry. The wearer uses controlled shot. Any enemies adjacent to the wearer's allies suffer a minus 30% penalty to dodge against the wearer's next attack. Don't think so. No. After using run and gun, the wearer gains 50% cover efficiency when in cover for 1 round. The wearer's first attack during the first round of combat costs 0 AP. Whenever the wearer attacks an enemy and triggers an exploit with this attack, the triggered effect is calculated if the enemy had +1 additional exploit. I'm going to say no. Fortress World Origin. I think this is actually what he's wearing. No, not quite. His is just a normal version. This is a slightly better version with 5% extra armor and 10 toughness, which actually means nothing to me, really. Because I get my health off Bedekai now. Forge World Origin Skitari Ranger armor. Almost as much armor. No armor deflection, though. Then gets bonus to armor. Minus 2 AP to reload. Interesting. Modified Breacher's armor. Are you wearing... You're not. You're not even wearing your Psi armor because you need to be able to wear heavy armor. We'll potentially go and deal with that very shortly. So hang on. The Modified Breacher's armor. Medium armor. The only one that wears medium armor pretty much now is me. +9 temporary wounds for each of their allies at full wounds at the start of the wearer's turn. Nah. Keep what we've got. Holy Power Armor. Holy Terror. Increased armor, increased deflection. Whenever the wearer suffers damage more than or equal to 53, this armor unleashes a blast of energy. Any target in melee range. Brace property +25 strength. Holy Power Armor. Mars Pattern Power Axe. One-handed Power Axe. Mars Pattern Astartes Flamer. Yes. You use that flamer. A heavy rock saw. Again, I don't get the rock saws on this game. Solar Staff. Inferno. Lots of Inferno. Nice. A Smiter. Weapon ignores the target's armor and deflection. The weapon has an extra attack which increases armor penetration of all subsequent attacks made against the same target by +10 for 1 round. This is where I start to question things like her stuff. I believe it's a one-handed weapon. Plus this ridiculous Triumph of Faith. But I don't know, the dual... I don't think I've got her set up for dual weapon... combat. Kushner, Blade Dancer, Origin... just base talents, really. It takes 2. Station of Heresy. Ah. Like I said, I don't think I've particularly got her set up for... Although I have dual weapon combat. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it in the next fight. But anyway, back to this. We do want to keep a sword on her because that's what allows her to do her abilities. Omni-Size Providence. Hello. Although what's this that we're missing? Ah, Solar Staff. Wow. That's a huge jump in damage. The target of Axe's attack is suffering from the effect of exposed weakness. All energy damage dealt to the target is increased by 20% until the end of combat. Target of the attack is not suffering from both exploit weakness and expose. Sorry, exploit and expose weakness. Hang on, yeah, what? Not suffering from both of those. Both of these effects are inflicted on the target after the attack. Accept special attack that causes bleeding. Grant the wielder plus 15 bonus to weapon skill. Which I assume is what this one does anyway. Yes. But what an upgrade. At that thing. Gonna be beating people to death with shiny cogs. Heavy emergency cutter. Again, I do not get the cutters. Focus melter gun. Not quite. Chicago. Dark Providence. Now, I know I don't use these characters, but, you know, I am going to eventually have to do their quests. And I'm going to have to bring them along with me. Things will happen. So, you know, I may as well keep them roughly up to date when I can. Because some of their personal quests actually involve killing things. So, definitely need to keep some of them up to date. Back to the Chronos Expanse map. So yeah, we're getting some really nice stuff. I do need to get my character all the way up to full Iconoclast, because then I've got some really nice armor I can put on. Wait, was I coming to here? A rare find. Oh no, sorry, I'm coming to here, aren't I? This one. I'm going to go to the world of Quetzalcoatl. I took some damage. Oh well. 10 damage, 5 scrap to go and repair. Permission to speak, Lord Captain. The Ogre crew has registered activity in the orbit of Quetzalcoatl, one of the worlds of the Winterscale dynasty. According to the report of the Emperor's Vow, the flagship of rogue trader Caligos Winterscale is positioned over the southern hemisphere. Lord Captain, this is it, right here, so very close. The quiet whispers, they won't stop. They keep buzzing in both my ears that my little door is somewhere on this world. Hey, change back to big. This is frequency without saying anything. There was some interference. Where were we? Ha, what a little door. The door in my vision. 0 experience. That's rude. The one I told you about, remember? Nothing major, just my last hope for salvation. I mean, why tell me that? That's like just saying I'm not worthy of any kind of experience. Of course, Lord Captain, I dare not interrupt you any longer. Allow me to repeat, Lord Captain, the Emperor's Vow, the flagship of the rogue trader, Caligos Winterscale, has been detected in the orbit of Quetzalcoatl, one of Winterscale worlds. What are your orders? Hail them. It will be done. The Emperor's Vow sends its greetings to the glorious ruler of the Von Valancius dynasty. This is Irbrecht ap Dief, his lordship Caligos Winterscale's Vox Master, who has the honor of speaking on behalf of his lordship today. The booming voice fills the air, startling a few officers on the bridge. However, you feel that Irbrecht ap Dief's ostentatious confidence tone is meant to hide his concern. Where is he now? I do not wish to offend your ladyship, but I am the most senior officer aboard the Emperor's Vow at the moment. As for the Lord Captain, you see, the Lord Captain has yet another heated argument with the esteemed Incendiar Corda, and he had a very good reason for his displeasure. I dare not discuss his lordship's affairs, but I can divulge that we set out to protect the dynasty's rightful demesnes from the invasion of the profane Xenos. This is how we arrived here at Quetzalcoatl. There is no better hunting ground when you need to cool off your head. I believe the Lord Captain said we easily crushed the pathetic mockery of a fleet that was laying siege to the unfortunate world. Of course, most of the Xenos fled, but we did reduce a few of their ships to chum for the Void Beasts. An Aldari fleet. That means there are many more Crudorak survivors than I dared hope. And in fact, I must go to this planet to find them to try to save them. I'll help you find your kin. The story does not end there. One of the Aldari ships crashed on Quetzalcoatl, so the Lord Captain chose to descend and finish off the elusive prey. But he has not been able to find his way out of the local woods for over 30 days now. Anticipating the next question, your ladyship, no, I am confident the Lord Captain is still alive. His body and spirit do not break easily. Besides, he is accompanied by Wharton the Grey, who would sell his soul if that helped to keep the Lord Captain out of harm's way. May Asurion protect his children, must halt the frenzy on your stellar rival Elentak, or else by Isha's tears, his subjects will not escape retribution. Anger only serves to cloud your sight. Sometimes you speak just like my kin, Ellen Tack. I think I know what you want from me. A generous favor in return for a generous favor. Find Captain Lord Windscale and Quetzal Temur and bring him back to the Emperor's vow. I swear by the Golden Throne that I will convince him to side with you any conflict that occurs in the next 100 years. After all, I am allowed to make deals in the Lord Captain's behalf while he remains unavailable. If I bring him back dead, the deal will be sealed by his successor. In this case, Wharton the Grey best return in a body bag. The data transfer decree has been signed. My crew will send you the landing coordinates. May the God Emperor look after you. Because I think I might be killing him, to be honest. Let's go down to a planet. I think things could be happening here. Ah, the ancient bunker. I remember that place. It was horrible. Forest of Quetzal Temur. We want to take... Is this my usual crew? Let's just double check. I'm going to say yes. Obviously, yes. So Elliot has gone and replaced Abelard once more. That's all fine. These are my usual crew. I do need to take Adira as well. I'm surprised she isn't pinged as being necessary, because this is apparently where the door is. You know, I feel like this is part of her quest. I don't know. I always feel like I've missed it. Was I supposed to go back to my ship's bridge and speak to her about what comes next? The shuttle awaited its owner's return in vain. Yeah, we've got a little dancing snake on the go. Running around in circles, looking a little bit lost. Containers, transporting supplies, goods, miscellaneous goods. Forest of Quetzal Temur. Let's start wandering through. Comes a little bit of a maze. Yeah, hopefully, if anything is supposed to happen here with Adira, it can happen. Hopefully I haven't missed it because I didn't speak to her or something stupid. I think I'm going to be okay. Oh, wow, good picture. Find a way out of the jungle. Okay. Oh, shuttle disappears in the wild vegetation of the island. Several hours pass before the rogue trader finally admits that she has been aimlessly wandering around in circles. Oh, hello.
Ha! There will be no peace in my wake.
Hello, indeed. Windscale search shuttle crashed during landing. Take a whole bunch of good. Again, this vegetation is seriously annoying. The shuttle goes to sprung back in seconds, blocking the way back. The trail is gone. I didn't come from that way, did I? I came from this way. But anyway, I guess that means there's only one way to go, which is this way. I don't know if you noticed, I like how everyone gathered there, and then Pascal just kind of turned, if then to open the door. Okay, yes, I shall press this button. So we move on. Quetzal Temur. Yep. Unfortunately, there's going to be quite a few loading screens because we're going to be jumping through little pockets of forest after forest like this. Hello. Wherever it's possible, something worth noticing finally shows up amid the dense forest. A pile of charred human bones laying in a shallow pit. And in front of it, like a standing stone, a broken fire cultivated with melted nozzles is stuck in the ground. Other corpses can be seen in the grass nearby, just as old and charred, but distinctly non-human. Cut alongside those are Xenos weapons covered in dirt. Some of the weaponry appears to be in working order, so it is still possible to get some use of it. So we got some random Drukhari nonsense in dialogue. Oh, Aindariel, Halanil, and Etrisha. The monkey will pay. Suffering, their spirit stones are shattered. And she who feasts thirsts has long finished her feast. We will destroy them, every monkey. Who did you hear that? Bum 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 bum. Fight. Conversation. We have a conversation. Elliot's here. We have one of your kin. Cain, fill our hearts with fury. Everybody pause, calm down, and stop. Or are we just gonna...
Curious creatures.
Yep, we're just going for it.
I wish to
Okay,
vivisect you.
where am I?
Only death lies before you.
Interesting how we... I mean, she's even in point. Look, she's even the first one into the fray. Okay, I've been ambushed, so there's no chance to actually do anything. Yeah, interesting how there's no conversation going on. I thought the whole point was to save these phantasmical people. Lots of Eldari Guardians. We've got one just behind us, a lovely Ranger, and a whole bunch up here. 11 in total. Let's bring forward Guardians, Guardian, and then a couple of Rangers. One of them is the one behind us. We also have CC available to kind of have a go as well. Oh, we can get the guy in the back. Oh, but then we actually go. There's always a way. How do we do? Oh, we've got one stunned. We've got one not stunned. We've got 2 stunned. We've got 3 stunned. I'm going to take that as a great success. So I'm going to again turn my gaze in this direction. Oh, damn that pillar. Gonna attempt to get 2 more though. What's the point? I should be.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Put yourself in that. Let's then, as I was doing, let's lidless stare in this direction.
I will not join the ranks of the dead.
Not stunned. And not stunned. Okay. Let us. In fact, the only one that's really got any sight on anyone. Let's give you an extra
Isn't
go.
this a job for the serfs?
And let's just go for big, beautiful front and center. Hunt down the prey. Then let us
This tedium is beneath me.
pierce and gaze.
I am not your Xenos pet more. Fortune
My
favors the
path won't
swift.
end here.
I understand your intent. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Nice. Really good double shot there. Oh wow, she actually has all of her movement as well. I didn't realize that. But anyway, no, she actually shot from a really good place. Let's stick her into cover there.
I move as if unseen.
That'll do for that. Cass gets a bit of her health back, as she always does. Cece's going to go next. Go and
I'm not accustomed to being
that in
ordered
there.
around.
Could have done that before I gave Elliot an extra turn. Could have meant the death of this guy. Waking Nightmare. Can I get these 3? No, they stand a very annoying position. We'll get 2 of them.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Then let us. Yep,
If
you'll
I
do.
may.
Curse you. Let's get some lovely status effect going all around the battlefield amongst the enemies. And of course, we do have this guy right behind us, who has absolutely no form of cover. Go and mark them as prey as well. Go and mark a few others as prey, why not?
A genius at work.
Right then, and so let's...
Schemes within schemes.
Grenades. Take a few steps forwards.
Step by step I lead.
Isha, heal my wounds.
Let's take a shot backwards.
Behold the wrath of madness! Let's see. Another one.
I'll return this.
Nice,
favor
extra single
tenfold.
shot.
Anything
Bring
else?
yourself up the order. And let's also actually as well blind this guy.
do.
You'll pay dearly for your actions.
He's going to get a go. This Eldari Ranger in the back's going to get a go, and this one in the back's going to get a go as well.
Anything else?
Spread a bit more prey around. Why not? Let's go full map coverage of prey. Look at that. 2 health remaining. How annoying do you get? And no,
Was that you?
Adira's going to get a lot of extra goes, I'll tell you that much. Can we get you in cover somewhere? Not quite. Let's have you a
What
few
is
steps
this
further
foreboding?
forward. Might get another bonus go very shortly, so let's reload. Let us. We have so many action points left, it's ridiculous. Now what I'm going to go and do is... Wait. I am going to... That to her.
If...
So that she give that to
In
her.
the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
Let's put her in perfect cover. Let us start with a simple low value shot.
If I must. I hear you moving. No more.
Let's bring you up even further. And go and blind this Eldari Ranger.
A pitiful attempt.
This tedium is beneath me.
Let's keep going.
Ancestors guide me.
Ah, you just rude.
If it serves your cause.
Making me wait an extra shot.
Soul slips beyond the veil.
Still doesn't seem to have jumped up for the order at all. Don't know how many precognitions I have to go and use.
But of course.
Heal my wounds.
Number of prey in combat. So I'm gonna step up to there. And I'm going to
I
reload.
approach the designated position.
Because I don't want her to run out of bullets whilst doing this. Hang on, we still...
I understand
some
your
prey.
intent.
How many more? We got another one in us.
If I must.
That's all of them. Okay, let's go ahead and do this.
Pay with your blood in the name of Kalamensha Kane! Fortune favors the
not join
swift.
the ranks of the dead.
Ancestors guide me.
2 who only works for their own prey. That is such a shame. I wish I knew that earlier. Is there anybody... Who's this person? This Eldari Guardian.
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
The Eldari Guardian
Deal death with
is
my hands.
now going to be dead. Oh, Adira's now, that's why. Keep bringing yourself down. The,
Anything else?
What is this thing they've got? Oh, Avenge the Fallen. There you go, Adira's all the way down there now. Let us... Oh, we've actually run out of shooting abilities. Who would have thought? Let's attempt to...
I am not
Finish
your
off this one.
Xenos pet. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Let's just call that right there. Let's... Oh, we get some more shots now because we killed something and got some more attacks. Again, let's go for people in the distance.
This tedium is beneath me. I deal death with my
Go
hands.
into the darkness.
If it serves your cause. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Yep, just fine. Okay, eventually we're going to run out of attacks. I don't know when that's going to be, and I'm just going to keep shooting people until that happens.
I am not your Xenos pet, mon ancestors guide me.
You're not, but you kill things beautifully. Alright, so that's now actually over.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Yeah. Oh, we get to keep going. I truly don't know what is going on at this stage. I'm not gonna lie, but things are just going
Isn't this
mad.
a job for the serfs?
I truly don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just getting attack after attack after attack, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. Run and gun.
Schemes within schemes.
And so let's concentrate on the guys on this side.
Attack! Another one is shattered.
I believe they're both already blinded.
On it.
Now it is actually her go. Can we get forward close enough to hit both of these guys with an attempt to stun them, basically?
Turn this favor tenfold.
I feel like I did get a heroic act, and then for some reason yeah, it went down by -1. Reason dot. Thanks for that. So I don't think they're stunned. I think they are still standing.
Anything else?
I don't know why I lost momentum.
High momentum.
Now I've got some heroic act.
If only you knew what awaits you.
5 damage spills over. Good luck. She will actually get another attack this round. DC once again. Can we actually sit? Yeah, just.
No tears for me.
Another one.
I guess that's how you dominate a battlefield, folks. I don't even know half the stuff that was going on. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna kind of sit here and go, yeah, that right. Like, and you tell me. Guardian long rifle. Yeah, that could actually be quite useful for. Okay, that is literally just cargo, as is that. Come to you. Eye of Hackathon actually does the exact same thing. It is like literally identical. Grants +5 MP after each attack and allows the wielder to move after attacking. An attack with this weapon hits 3 or more targets. This attack has no cooldown. Has 100% over penetration. So that explains a lot of it. Bodies of Eldari have been hacked to pieces with extreme brutality. Their wounds indicate this was done by a power weapon of some kind. The soil under the bodies has turned a rusty brown. Racist Isha, only a true monster is capable of such atrocity. We just butchered like 11 of them, straight up, and she is responsible for like 8 of those deaths. I don't really know if she can say anything at this stage. Anything about brutality.
Oh yes, they all will see.
Exactly what he said. Let's always at the cargo zone. Collect all. Oh, we did miss a couple. Question is there actually any loot? Oh, there is actually some loot back here by the looks of it. Unless this is just another dead body. No, there are goods. Hidden amongst trees. Take those. We're going to go in this direction. Road trader requires rest, and she soon finds a suitable spot for a camp. A meadow with a few fruit trees. A creature with an elongated body and large blunt claws leisurely descends from one of the trees. Its muzzle is red as if stained with blood, but it turns out to be merely the juices of the fruit from the nearby tree. Fruit has a peculiar taste reminiscent of grok's meat baked in sweet and sour sauce.
Patience.
Sweat
My
and
nerves
sour
are frayed.
sauce.
Plotting
I loves
against
me some of
Ame
that.
Abelard must be put to death. Let their execution teach these vassals how the Domin's first advisor is to be treated.
The spilt blood of
Oh, yeah, let's do
lords
it.
is a great misfortune. However, the Lord Captain's harsh judgment will deter these dishonorable schemers from harming the Lord Captain's loyal servants for a long time to come.
Okay, well, this route seemed to be more blocked than that one, technically, I think. Actually, they're all kind of blocked from each other. Let's just go to this one. There's no logic behind this. Let's just wander around aimlessly for a while. The rogue trader's weary eyes are ready to close of their own accord when the usual sounds of the forest are interrupted by a blood-curdling scream. Bam, bam, bam.
What
Oh, hang on.
lies beyond?
Missing some goods here. That Xeno's trap.
Over.
Hang on a minute. Hang on just 1 minute. Why is she wielding two staffs? Okay, that should definitely be in that slot. And that slot can just be empty. I mean, how crazy is she, really? Blood-curdling stream. Okay, I'm gonna guess through here we're gonna find some blood-curdling streams. We'll find out. Feel like I should definitely be more awake right now. We'll see what happens. Aha! Halt! Stop! Don't do it! Okay, no, never mind. Let's just watch the violence.
Ancestors.
More game. Rear their heads, eager to lose them. Beat yourselves, Xeno scum. Do you really believe that I will fall for your trick twice? O Starbone, gracious, allow this praise to speak. The one before you is not. I do not eat you to the forests. I did not feed you to the forest beast for one reason and one reason only. You may still be of use. If you don't want to die with these Xenos, shut your mouth. So much for the union of old friends. I have no friends, only enemies and servants. As Caligos bares his teeth ominously, the old man quickly starts whispering something into a strange seashell like adornment he wears. Brown sparks flash in Caligos' hair, and a cloud of steam suddenly bursts from your mouth. Loathsome old twig. Is that you, new blood? Fancy meeting you here. What in the void are you doing on my world? Tiffany begged me to return you to a void ship. I magnanimously agreed. Useless voidborn freaks. When I return, I'll tear their legs off for doubting my strength, and their heads for not being able to settle their problems themselves. Who said I want to return to the void ship? I still haven't met a worthy adversary. One who would grab me by the throat in a death grip. The hunt is not over yet, CC. Cess Windscale's condition. Unsurprisingly, at your first meeting, Caligos Windscale appeared before you in a more favorable light. However, under the layer of dried blood and dirt, you still notice a strange detail. The rogue trader appears neither wounded nor exhausted. Having spent a good 30 nights in the forest of Quetzal Temer, Windscale has merely swapped his dazzling smile for a feral grin and drenched himself in the blood of his enemies. Respect his retinue. The thin old man looks on with trusting violet eyes, and you notice silvery sparks glimmering within. His body shivers from the slightest gust of wind, yet you can still sense the power contained within his elderly frame. He nods with a meek smile. A panicked binaric trill escapes from under the tech priest's hood when one of her Macandrites goes limp, sparking in multiple places at once. Servant of the Omnissiah gently picks it up and warily wields her combi tool until the manipulator starts moving again. A tall navigator in ragged clothes of silk and silver proudly wears a coat of arms of House Cassini. Half of his face is ruined by a fresh scar left by acid. You see Von Valancius. The navigator nods politely, though he tries to hide it. His voice is filled with pain and suffering. The Slith mercenary looks around viciously, frantically clutching their weapon. Their body is peppered with wounds, both old and new, some rotting and some almost healed. Their yellow pupils narrow when you lock eyes, but the Xenos quickly loses interest. Wharton the Grey has not changed much since your last meeting. Still the same brute of a man with bloodshot eyes and a dull expression on his face. However, unlike Caligos's other servants, the Arch-Militant does not look exhausted, and neither does Caligos. Both are filled with rage and thirst for battle, as if the hunt had only just began. Ask a few questions about your presence. And I should like the tendermost sea serpent steak and a bottle of Calixian Amasec. What misery. For 10 moons already, I have been forced to subsist on grass roots and insect larvae. Save your questions for later, CC. I'm not talkative when hungry. The old man's village, and then I'll give you your audience. Forest home of this priest and his people had always been full of wisdom and life, but the fire rain called by the outsiders from the darkness, one great moon and one small moon ago, angered the forest spirits. This priest must find his way home to the heart of Quetzalcoatl and perform the soothing ritual alongside his tribe. Then we must return the priest to the heart of the forest. See if you bring us any better luck. Move out. So I assume they're now just following me. Adari Guardian. Poor guy. Medikai 100%.
Levicia, would he be proud? Am I?
None are better at searching.
What do we do? Goods. Oh, what have we got? Bayonet chain knife. I think I've already got one of those.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Goods. No exit in this direction? Oh, absolute dead end. So that's where I just came from. I think. Yeah, that's where I just came from. Okay, no exit up here either. Okay, no exit down here either. So, one exit it is.
Curiosity sings in my
Back to the
veins.
forest. Tracking among the monstrous forest landscapes is becoming dull. The rogue trader's weary eyes are ready to close their own accord when the usual sounds of the forest are interrupted by a blood-curdling scream. We've had this. Tech use 100%. Some goods. Tempestus Carapace Elite Backpack. Well, the wearer's weapon has a base rate of fire or strike count equal from 2 to 4. That parameter is increased by +2. If it is a ranged weapon, its recoil is doubled. While the wearer's weapon has 5 or more base rate of fire or strike count. Yeah, that's not gonna lie, that's just too complicated for me.
In this tapestry
go.
of the world, I am the rogue thread.
Pick up some goods whilst we wait for everybody else to come up. Set up camp amid the remains.
Notch.
Has been picked clean by the wild beast, but the marks on his spine and his split skull suggest that the man was spliced into with a power weapon. Ooh. AKA by Caligos Winterscale himself. Judging by the traces of blood, the Xenos attacked the camp from high ground, reluctant to get too close. Forests of Quetzalcoatl. See where we end up. Now there is some small logic to this forest. I can't quite remember what it is. There is some small logic. I do remember that from last time I played. Heavily damaged skull bares its teeth from behind murky glass. Shiny is stuck in a tree.
Watch your steps.
There will be no
The
peace.
souls that tormented Venai Zachary, did they reject death? Or did the Undying One accept them into his hands in the end?
Arch-Militant's cape. Each of the wearer's critical hits made with a ranged weapon increase their melee weapon critical. Oh, okay.
Seldom does she who thirsts release victims from her grasp. It is better that you do not dwell on their fate.
Making adjustments.
Well, we successfully opened it, but we still got fatigued.
Anomaly. Surely.
Interesting. Stupor does more damage. Rate of fire is slightly better. Dodge reduction. It has dodge reduction. Better armor penetration. Better max ammo. Kai 100%.
Just as I was told.
The unknown captain's body has been preserved thanks to properties of the local troposphere. Traces of inky secretions are visible on his skin. Tattooed mummy lies in a ceremonial pose, dressed in a bizarre fur, attired with an aguila burned into its forehead. Interesting. Let's go and once
The whispers taught me how.
Undone. Does bigger things to larger enemies. That I shot from this range weapon does critical damage. The target becomes stunned for 1 round. Love it. That's definitely my new weapon. Does more damage as well, which of course is very important. And let's come out the other side. Let's grab the goods.
What
Good.
lies
Goods.
beyond?
Got a skull in here. Alright, so out the other side we go. Hopefully we keep going in the right direction. These are all new scenes. However, I also have a small inkling that they actually go around in a circle. I will end up where I had a little bit of a fight with Eldari. And I say a little bit of a fight because it wasn't really much of a fight, to be perfectly honest. Sick by phone a long tail as if mocking the rogue trader. It lets out another piercing cry and scurries away. Its yellow hind paws winking between the tree branches. Oh, so this is where we came from. Goods.
Oh, what is that?
Okay, so he turned it off by blowing it up.
Curiosity unveils itself before me.
Cavalite armor.
None are better at searching.
What did we find? What did we find? I wish it would sometimes tell me. Ah, goods in the water.
Patience. Oh, my nerves are frayed.
So hang on, this is just a way around the gun? Yeah, I think so. Okay, the forest. The forest. We have 2 ways to go. I'm gonna go this way. Looks more building-y. Let's aim for buildings and ruins. I'm sure that's where they should live. The forest rogue trader spots mushrooms that come as high as her waist. Mushrooms strands draw in, the cap rolls up, and the mushroom spews a cloud of reddish spores. And place looks mildly familiar. Let's go backwards. The overgrown lush forest has blocked the way. Let's go back the way we came then. Oh, sorry. Let's go the same way we went last time, and if we end up at the gun, we have to go the other way. We went the way the gun pointed. We then simply have to go the other way. Ugh. Wouldn't be so bad if the loading screens were a little bit quicker. And dialogue.
One step at a time.
Back through we go.
The madness.
I mean, it makes sense that their base would actually be behind the turret. Because, you know, generally don't point turrets inwards, point them outwards. You know, that does make a bit more sense. And dialogue. Yep, so that's... Hey, the turret's back. Blew it up, but it's now back. Let's go this way. Dark corners of the Imperium are infested with scoundrels, criminals, heretics, and even minions of the arch-enemy. Wandering around a forest does make you tired. Thin grey veil emitting clicks, something and something. Have we... Oh, we're back here.
Until his last breath, Nemesis was dedicated to his purpose.
Good for Nemesis. I don't remember which way I came the first time I left this forest, so that's kind of a small problem. Is this anywhere new? There is a rough I believe, if I remember, a rough order to all of this. But it like, things shift and change. So where are we? Oh, we're back here again.
Curiosity sings
It's an Aguila.
in my veins.
Let's come back this way again. So hang on. So I leave this place. And then if I go to the other side, I end up back in this place. When I went to the other side, I ended up back where I came from. So I'm actually going to go back where I came from and then see where I end up. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm lost, folks. I know there was an order to this, but as I've said, but I can't remember what it was. Where do I end up? Aha! Where is this? A village! Found it. Oh, these all just ran off. Dwellers of the forest. And some goods. Rob them of any possessions they may have. The rogue trader for you.
There will be no peace in my wake.
So no, I don't want to go back to the forest. I'm gonna have a quick look in this direction. Okay, nothing in this direction. Let's then start to come back up here. We have arrived. The dwellers of the forest, a group of lean young people surround you. Shoot an anxious glance between you, Caligos, the priest, the grey-haired elder who has stepped forward. And like the rest, her skin is completely free of decoration, save for the two-headed eagle branded on her wrinkled forehead. Our meeting occurred just as Speaks with Gods foresaw. Welcome to the heart of the forest, Starborn. This ruler... Nothing, your bleating old hag. I already told you your speech offends me so. Makes me want to cut out your tongue. Not even a quarter preacher would have the patience to listen to you blather on about your stars, gods, spirits, and other nonsense. I am sick and tired of aimlessly trudging through the woods. Old man, I am a hunter, and without a quarry, I turn into quite the beast. Speaks with Gods is ready to conduct the ritual, O Starborn. The heart of the forest is calling out to me, so let this priest serve his gods, not in word, but in deed. Interesting. This good-for-nothing psycho has finally proved himself useful. I intend to have a good night's sleep and enjoy the local delicacies. One good thing about Quetzalcoatl is that the fruit here is sweeter than Calaxian honey and more tender than the meat of a young grox. You should get some rest as well, CC, and remember, it is better to go hunting when you are full of vigor, but slightly hungry. The hunger adds acuity. Makes a kill more intoxicating, you know? Let me know when you're ready to depart, or if you decide to share a few stories and come to the bonfire. It's not often that two rogue traders can indulge in confidences away from prying ears. Dwellers of forest. Free goods. Want to go off by Carl Emmanuel Cerubian Doe on the culture of the Imperial's far world. Speak with Gods welcomes you, Starborn. How can Speak with Gods help you this time? Did it truly make the forest safe? The spirits from the darkness brought the rain, fire rain, down on Quetzalcoatl, killing many of the tribes who had cared for the forests, young and ancient. This blasphemy enraged the guardian spirits, but as soon as this servant of the wind, rain, and sand soothed them with the ritual sacrifices and divine sorcery, their wrath gave way to mercy. Did you not foresee this in your visions? The dreams come and go, Sky Herald of the faraway stars. Sometimes this servant of the gods can understand the mystical visions of the days of old or of the future. Even Speaks with Gods cannot fully comprehend the divine design of the two-headed eagle god. Sometimes I am blind even when I can see. You are a good man, even if you are an unsanctioned psyker. Blessed is a life that serves the two-headed eagle god and his sky heralds. How did you and Windscale survive all this time? Darwin, who carries the seal of Quetzalcoatl's descendant, is strong in both body and will, as befits a god. This servant, like the rest of his entourage, had grown weak on just the 7th night of our journey. The Starborn continue to lead us fiercely, pressing forward to seek out the spirits from the darkness, even among the twisted paths, delivering these skies judgment. This servant of grass, flowers, and trees regrets only the imminent death of the Starborn's companion, the one you call the Seneschal. He called with the ironclad guardian, and his words enraged the Starborn, and thus he slashed the unfortunate man's body up with his axe, and threw the remains to the wild animals of Quetzalcoatl for the rest to feast on. Winterscale killed his Seneschal. This servant saw everything with his own two eyes. It is not proper, perhaps, for a mere speck of dirt under the heels of a sky herald of the two-headed god to muse upon the deed. However, his servant did sense with his entire being the rage that possessed the Starborn at that moment, and the ironclad guardian reveled in his god's wrath. Tell me about yourself. It's the name of this humble servant of the forest, rivers, and mountains, for when the two-headed god speaks, this servant listens, he recounts the words to his tribe, and the tribe carries out his will. The servant of dreams, nightmares, and reveries can see things the others cannot, what has transpired and what is yet to be, your appearance in the heart of the forest, and the consequences it bears for Quetzalcoatl. Consequences of my coming. The Sky Herald stands at the crossroads. I see all of her choices and see none of them, but this servant knows one thing clearly. The Starborn must go to the Deadlands to destroy the one who should have been long dead. The sunset rays will paint the heart of the forest crimson in the darkness. The darkness leaves it, and the two stars will part, then meet again. Crimson, crimson, the fading light can still be saved. Forgive the servant, Sky Herald. The waking dreams are often most painful. That's strange. I can't see her anything from the other side, but I'll go ahead and say it since nobody else wants to. I don't like this one bit. So if the darkness leaves the forest, something bad will happen. I thought it was usually the other way round. We are the children of the fiery mother and the pale father who look after us by day and guard us by night. Faithful servants of the two-headed eagle god who shields our lands from misfortune with his wings. We are the ungorn forest-dwelling children of the earth and the guardian of the temple of Quetzalcoatl. First Starborn who have ever set foot on the virgin soil of this land. Leads ahead is the half-sister of this servant of smoke, fire, and ash. She was the first to emerge from the mother's womb, and thus named the next ruler of the tribe. And this servant was the shield to fend off disasters from his ruler. Many years later, when the gift of the eagle god awakened inside this servant, Leads ahead named her brother the priest of her tribe. Way of speaking is strange. Forgive the servants of Quetzalcoatl for their speech, O Starborn. No matter how much the ancestors tried to pass the language of the gods onto their descendants, the tribe seldom use it. The gods only descend from their heavenly place not more often than once in 3 life dwells. The lingo-cultural analysis of this target speech suggests that the expression 3 life dwells equals 150 standard Terran years. If I have other questions, I must take my leave. Okay.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Close to the forest. Got some more goods. Out of the forest. You got anything to say? Nope. Close to the forest. Goods. Goods. I mean, rob this place of everything it's worth. It's what we do. Dwellers of the forest.
They will see. Oh,
They
yes, they
welcome the Sky
will
Herald.
see.
Yeah, I don't think we can actually go... Oh, we kind of can go out there, but not really. Dwellers of the forest. We'll go to sprung back, blocking the path. So I've definitely grabbed all of the loot. The Magos, Identification's Greeting, Mercenary Slith, Trevor Cassini, Wharton the Grey. Alright then. So I guess we speak to the good old Kalagos Winterscale.
My whispers crave entertainment.
Kind of want to speak to Adira to make sure... To decide the fate of the Eldari. Talk to Nomos. Okay. Is convinced that the place from her visions is located somewhere on the surface of Quetzalcoatl. She entreats the rogue trader to help her find it. Find the Aldari in the forest. Accompany J to Footfall. Does that mean it's going to be roaming around in the forests once more? Maybe not. Not entirely sure. Let's move things forward. Some questions to ask of you. One day you two will grow sick of all the talking, and then you two will choose to shoot Xenos on a wild planet over endless tiring. Opposing the Lord Inquisitor. Avoid Draco, eat them both for all I care, acting as if their war on heresy in the Expanse is just starting. I've been living it for decades, and I don't need the inquisitorial preacher, and I certainly don't need Incender's goodwill. Tell me about Quetzalcoatl. Inquiries are curious to be sure. Quetzalcoatl is a planet with a rather dreary backstory. A long time ago, it supplied my great-grandfather with tons of succulent fruits and thousands of cargo containers filled with a special building fiber processed from the local forests. The population all lived in large cities a safe distance away from the tangled paths and trees, and then this quiet life was dashed by Xenos raids. They burned down the cities and shackled our people faster than our ships could help. In the end, the local governor ran away, leaving the remaining people at the beast's mercy, and the people, in turn, fled the big cities that attracted the Xenos, and that is how the forests that the rabble feared became their salvation. The planet fell into decay, and there was no one to populate the cities, and there was no one to extract resources. Quetzalcoatl expected 3 new arcs filled with settlers to arrive from the Imperium, but in 500 years, not one of them has reached the Expanse. Do not turn your gaze to me, Alintak. It was not my kin who desolated this world. So the corpse of your seneschal in the forest. The old man was a weakling, and that is why he's dead. What happens? That's what happens when you can no longer fulfill your duty to your master. Many fine warriors have perished in this hunt. Raise a toast to their name when you can. Was regretful. Okay. How did you survive in the forest all this time? And not like the jungles of Katakan, New Blood, the only thing that could kill you here is your own stupidity. One unfortunate coincidence in the form of a stray Xenos or a rare predator. Rainwater for breakfast, nutritious larvae for lunch, and fermented fruit in place for wine for supper. One could not wish for better hunting grounds. That means that my people are weaklings, and I shall change that soon. As for me, I have been stout constitution since the day I was born. Caligo shrugs his shoulders indifferently, but after looking closer at his companions, he raises his brows in surprise. It seems that the rogue trader just realized the validity of your words. Time to go seeking the Aldari. It may take a while to find their trail, but Wharton here has a keen eye, and his sense of smell can rival any old dog. We will do just fine, especially with the forest being on our side now. Let's go and try not to fall behind. Okay. Let's actually go find these Aldari. Of course, attempt to fulfill an Iconoclast choice, because we still need about 60, I think, or maybe only about 20. I don't know. So we have apparently just found the Aldari in the forest.
What lies beyond?
Oh, we've got... I see some goods back here just then? Don't think so. Oh. What up?
Applaud my brilliance.
We've got 7 melter charges. And we get 2 back. So that's fantastic. Let us come down this way. I don't think there's going to be anything this way, but I just want to advance up the big set of stairs.
Sings in my veins.
I'm pretty sure we would have actually always ended up in the same spot, but never mind. And... oh, that's the forest guy. The Farseer has instructed me to send you away. Monkey. The smooth voice of the Xeno sounds out of place in the rough wilderness of Quetzalcoatl. However, I recently stopped meekly heeding their counsel, and besides, my sister is among you. I am curious to hear the outcast's hiding. Vain rhetoric, a masterful display. Your temper, brother mine, you ought to quell. Bravado has no place within this play. Indeed, the merchants proved this all too well. This actor excellent who did alight upon the stage, now will this piece complete. By choosing a finale opposite, who shall survive and who their doom shall meet. Avidly tracks your face. Is better than that of his kin. I do not know about you, Cece, but these Xenos bastards are giving me the creeps. This one in the motley, I want to kill him now. Morton the Grey Bear bares his teeth in anticipation and clutches the hilt of his sword. Around the Eldari camp. These units have made their camp among the ruins of an ancient city of the Imperium. Only the alien growths of the Xenotech and the wreckage of the Eldari ship disturb the pictures of centuries-old devastation. Rebirth. Despite their affected ease, most of the Xenos are pushing themselves to their limit. They are exhausted, nervous, and frightened. Even if they hide it well, this may have eluded your companions, but not you. Attack, dogmatic. Nocturne of Oblivion. It has certainly been a while. What are you doing here? He bows theatrically. With embers glowing cupped in my two hands, I bear them through the deluge to the hearth. The Harlequin's metaphor implies that he has been accompanying the surviving Eldari for a while now. It is not clear to you what hearth he is talking about, but perhaps he has managed to find them a new home. I'm here to resolve this conflict peacefully. A tapestry complex is peace and one that many threads demands for warp and weft. For this design, three wills together spun, its greed will sate in hands of weaver deft. The gruesome scars of past distrust bewailed, with compact, subtle gauze shall now be veiled. And I do not. A glorious chase must end in a glorious battle, and I like these Xenos. I will put the horned one head above the hollow fireplace, and as for the shiny one, I will just chop his ugly mug into bits. You see, all monkey are the same, wild, foolish, avaricious, empty shells. There is nothing interesting about them. To enmity unerring blinds two kinds, youth fierce and ravenous with seething blood, and old who refuge find in arrogance, but past revulsion's hood they cannot see. The single path that both of them unites will two fall into step and dance as one. The laugh of jests and ending knows alone. Your brothers and sisters are exhausted and you are trapped. I am the only person who can change that. Your ships are destroyed, Kudarak is lost, and so are the Farseers. You sacrifice everything to attack this world. Why? We do not attack this world, Monkey. The last of Kudarak's children assembled once more to scour the master of flesh, Tervantius, from the memory of the universe. The homunculus who abducted and tortured the Farseers from our craft world. We learned that he is hiding on this world, but something prevents our Farseers from discovering his lair, and so we were forced to act decisively. The masters of flesh from Komorra, he is here. We must destroy him. This is why we are here. What we are here for, outcast. Stretch out your hand, grasp the spear of vengeance together with us, and plunge it into the dark heart of the architect of torment. We're purging the entire world of decisive action. Our Farseers, the ones we managed to save, could not name the exact location of the Master of Flesh, even after our ships circled the world for a third time. Something prevented them from seeing the truth, something powerful. We know your patrols would soon discover our presence, so we decided to do something else, to exterminate the homunculus, along with the world he had chosen as his refuge. The monkey are flooding the galaxy at the speed of a meteor shower, and this world will repopulate, eventually. It is a single world, not worth eliminating a powerful enemy who threatens hundreds of such worlds, both yours and those of my kin. And you still deem him worthy of a conversation. Address. Iliot. Still think your kin are worth saving, and I have doubted Alantak to you. The deeds of my kin may appear cruel or even criminal, but spending enough time among the monkey granted me clarity of vision. Sometimes you treat your own kind even worse in pursuit of baser goals or personal gain. The homunculus is a threat both to our species. Alantak, you know well what his dark heart and perverted mind are capable of. Tervantius must be destroyed, and my kin have taken on the role of vengeful blade. There's out of vengeance. Why do you think you are different? Tell me about the homunculus. Where is he? I will not say a word until you let my kin depart from this world. Serve the camp. Attack Caligos. Cast confused glances at the companion. A temporary alliance. So be it. Children of Sarian fight with the fury of Kayla, Mentia, Kane. Knew you're rotten to the core, new blood. I am not surprised. The more trophies, the better. Blood for the rogue traders. Groan. Bash your rotted brains out and bathe in the Von Valancius's blood. Skulls for the Rogue Trader's throne. The Blood God, accept this sacrifice. Skulls for the Skull Throne. Yeah! Oh, wow. And he actually called upon Kane's servants. Kane's servants? Khan's servants? Kane, blood for the Blood God. I think it's Kane. So the truth has been revealed. He was being kept
Glorious spectacle
standing
of your demise.
due to the fact. So we're going to put Cass in there. She's going to start beating against these three. And then we also have Kibala, Nocturne of Oblivion, Idara, and Elliot. So Kibala, you're going to support this way. Elliot, stick yourself in cover there. Like I said, we have two of them, the Guardians, having a go. And Idira, I'm just going to tuck you in behind the corner. Pascal, you pretty much stay where you are. Well, hang on. If I move out a bit, I could potentially get all four of these. Pascal, step back. TC. I mean, all of them are pretty much melee, so it doesn't matter too much. Just kind of come and stick yourself back here. Can't take a step forward. Okay, let's call that that. Middle ground. Let's rotate.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Back.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Waking Nightmare. How can we do? Beautiful. Waking Nightmare there. Lidless. Lidless Stare. Can we... If I were to say stand here instead. Yes, I could get all of them.
Give me strength.
Do that again.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
How did we do? Probably can't be stunned, probably can't be stunned, is stunned, and is not stunned. Okay. We shall...
If I may.
Let's try Kibala.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
I shall not fail.
Laughable.
Let's pop that down. Let us...
As honor orders, let your soul be purged.
That was pretty good. Yeah, no, let's go back to the two-handed. We should have started one-handed, but that's fine.
Your efforts amuse me.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
What curse Wharton? So if you walk into there.
Trust me. Caught by those
Empowers me to prevail.
Bada bing, bada boom. Let us...
as the tenants.
High momentum.
Caligos Wind Scale is down.
Let not the righteous fear. May their blades be sharp.
As is Wharton the Grey. As is one of the blood letters. I reckon I
The
can.
shadows will see it done.
Let's dance.
I shall not fail. As honor ordained, come. The other side awaits.
How many of these do I still have? Do you know what? I have no idea. Welcome to the Keebler Dancing Show. He's dead. Curb his temper. Well, we kind of did that. I know how difficult it is to go against the will of your kin, and yet I cannot hide my joy that we both lived through this moment and emerged with a tale to tell. I do not know how a monkey would benefit from betraying one of her own, but our temporary alliance has fostered a fragile peace. Let it remain for now. However, I dare not complain. For my kin, the hour of triumph has arrived at last. Once the Master of Flesh is no more, we can go to the edge of this stellar expanse, away from the gaze of the monkey, and peacefully await the arrival of our kin from distant stars. What are you talking about, Shiren Kai? What kin from distant stars? Outcast Elliot, I have some good news for you. Our Farseer has managed to contact the children of Craft World Ilotok, and soon your fellow outcasts will visit the part of the galaxy that the monkey call the Expanse. They will take us away, give us a new home, and... Is that what an adherent of the path of the warrior wishes to tell me? Were these words meant to comfort my heart? O Asurian, your children once again seek to appease their pride by sending their kin to monkey worlds, there to find nothing but blood and death. The Farseer's mistakes doomed Kruderak, Shiren Kai, and their excessive cruelty and thirst for vengeance almost doomed those of us who managed to survive against all odds in the void between foreign stars. You know it just as well as I do, but you continue to do their bidding. O Shiren Kai, you could take the Webway Gate and go away from the dangers and tribulations of the Expanse, but you have chosen to stay here instead. You are dying. You are feuding with the monkey. Have not the children of Asurian spilt enough blood? Is it not enough that we have lost our home? Why do you wish to expose even more of your kin to mortal peril? It is too late to change anything. The deed is done, their will carried out. The outcasts from Ilotok will come to the local stars, and we will leave with them, sister. Your kin's plan is insane. It will take the warriors of Ilotok many years to discover the Webway Gate capable of bringing their strike force to the Expanse. Perhaps you will be too old by then, and only on your deathbed will you hear the news. The children of Asurian have come to exact their vengeance. Worry not, Elintak, it is my turn to rescue you and your people. Rescue me? How? Like forgotten shadow, the solitaire steps into the light and leans forward with interest, a spectator watching the culmination of an exciting performance. During my exile, I met many companions who temporarily joined me on my endless travels. One such companion was a fellow outcast who had already completed many paths. It was he who told me about the Ritual of Unity. Great opportunity for one spirit to reach out and touch the infinity circuit of the craft world known to the Farseers who performed it. Shiren Kai said that the Kruderak Farseers have already contacted Ilotok. This means I can too. Does the darkness of space drive you mad during your exile, sister? Even those who walk the path of the seer bulk at joining souls with the ancestors inside the circuit. They are wise and know that the ritual is perilous to the spirit. Your chances of success are simply non-existent. You would die without achieving anything, and even if you do not die immediately, ask yourself honestly, why should the ancestors listen to a simple outcast? As you said, Ilotok is a world of my fellow outcasts. They would not wish harm upon me, which gives wings to my hope. Look me in the eye, Shiren Kai. Do you wish to end the suffering of our kin? I can see the answer in your heart. You must accept it and help me. Ooh, tough choice. Why are you so certain they're going to attack? Because they are driven by grief, sometimes pain and loss blinds even the best of us. As the warriors of Ilotok arrive in this part of the galaxy, the sons and daughters of Kruderak will perish among the worlds of the monkey. Is that the fate you wish for us? We'll have to find another way. I understand that it is not easy for those who have lived all their lives sheltered within a craft world to accept that sometimes life leads us down different paths. But the path that you and the Farseers have chosen only leads to more pain. More pain. Did you manage to prevent the death of our kin and Murin on Lilithan? Destroy the Eldarion Janus. The Arebanian told me everything that happened. No matter what path you choose, I will stay by your side. And I do appreciate Elentak. I have done all I can, Sharon Kai. You know what you must do. The Solitaire does not intervene, but shifts his gaze to Sharon Kai as if expecting to hear the last line of a play before the curtain falls. I see Ryan forgive his children. Fetch the Farseers. Tell them the outcast wishes to perform the ritual. We will wait for them here. Be a nice Eldar ritual. The strange energy that permeated the clearing where the paths of humans and Eldari happened to cross is gradually dissipating. All eyes turn to Elliot, the Eldari who managed to survive the deadly ritual and who awoke looking pensive and enlightened. You survived! Asurion showed you mercy, outcast, and so did our ancestors from the Ilotok Infinity Circuit. Tell me, sister, what was their answer? I am tired of the Farseers' blindness and my kin's hatred, Sharon Kai. All of the choices of our people led only to suffering and the loss of our loved ones. I no longer wish to be an accomplice to another's hatred and pay for the mistakes of those who were supposed to guide us towards the light, but who led us into oblivion. Elliot glares at the nearby Farseers. I convince my kin to divert the river of their anger. The ranks of the outcasts will arrive in the expanse unseen and unheard, but not for the sake of war. They will find and take away those who remain. The last sons and daughters of Krudorak, and then they will depart the monkey stars without a trace forever. Your brothers and sisters would not dare ask you for more, Elliot. I understand your choice, even if my spirit cannot fully accept it. Are you all right? I am fine, Elentak. Thanks to you, I have finally reached the end of my path, and I am grateful I had you to walk alongside me. After the Master of Flesh has been dealt with, Sharon Kai sighs tiredly, a faint shadow of a smile gracing his face. We will go home as soon as possible. Still hope to find the homunculus. The Farseers cannot divine where the Master of Flesh makes his lair, for an unknown source. Force is hiding him from the penetrating gaze of the Wise Ones. The children of Asurion have never encountered anything like this before. Having circled the world several times and failed in our search, we ventured to unleash our pent-up fury on the planet in the hope that we would be graced with a fortunate accident. Alas, the fate of the Master of Flesh remained unchanged. The Farseers could feel the beating of his black heart, but were powerless to do anything. That's when our rangers began to deduce the coordinates of his lair based on the readings of the Wise Ones, and the lands untouched by the fired weapons. And they would have succeeded had the monkey not attacked our fleet. I will share the information I have gathered, for I hope that even a Master of Flesh will not be able to elude two pursuers at once. Would not be opposed to cooperation in the future. I do not think this possible, monkey. Our temporary alliance will run its course as soon as the ships of my kin leave the expanse, for I hope never to return here. What just got updated? We will search the parts of the world where the local star sets. You should go where the star awakens. Good hunting to you. We made a level. Locate the homunculus hideout. Right.
Patience. Oh, my nerves are frayed.
Yes, let's... Caligos Winterscale, you heretical bugger, you. We've also got things like Knuckle Guard. Heavy Xenomesh, Parvanna's Last Stand, Blooddrinker's Staff, Harbinger of Carnage. And as you can see, many of these are slightly heretical. Got a bit of loot in back here. Some goods on the floor, a little diary or something. Yes, a dirt-covered Vox.
One step at a time.
And we had something, yep, in the back here. Tuin Kylene, two-handed ranged weapon. Fancy toughness test, with -5 penalty, become blinded for a round. Nice. And Adari Farseer mesh armor. Okay. Let's just double check. There was actually then nothing
They will see.
down here.
Oh yes, they all.
Oh, we found something. Or did I accidentally pause? Where am I? No, I think I had it paused. Yes, I had it paused.
Stop! There!
Stop there, it did actually happen. So armor goes up to 60%. It is, however, medium armor, so my dodge goes down a smidge. My dodge is really what I'm using. However, plus 50% armor if the wearer's willpower is more than 70, which it's not. Whereas chances to suffer a critical hit are reduced by 20%. Now, we're going to keep what I've got. We're going to keep the dodge up. And there you go, we have some goods. Craftable World Origin Aldari Guardian Mesh Armor. Very nice. Camo Cloak and Resonance Grenade. Let's have a look at... So again, it's medium, so we do have a dodge penalty. Armor goes up 65%. 50% armor if the wearer's agility is more than 80. Yeah, that hasn't happened either. World Property plus 15 agility will actually make it. And then we also get plus 15% armor. So hang on, so our dodge is 150, our armor is 60%. Our dodge goes down to 112, unfortunately, because although it does have all the stacks, but our armor goes up to 65. It looks badass. I cannot go and deny that. What does this one look like? That one looks pretty good too. But no, this one looks pretty badass. 112% dodge as opposed to 150. I mean, maybe. We did get an extra 25% armor. Where is the old one we were wearing gone? Is this one? Yeah, I mean, we got an extra 25% armor, which is not bad. But I mean, 150% dodge. That's pretty high, you know. Is pretty high. I mean, it does just look pretty badass. Can't go and deny it. Also matches her hair. Operative Bounty Hunter Exemplar, I believe. No, it's not going to let us see the available... Yeah, second skin comes under a soldier, unfortunately. Because that would have been really good if I could have gone and... put that onto her, because that would have taken away the problem, but she's not a soldier, unfortunately. She's an operative. I'm going to leave it. Am I? Yeah, we'll leave it for now. We do have a level to put up, which we will go and do very shortly.
There will be no peace in my wake.
And so we... Levon Valancius shuttle to the forest settlement. We'll go back to the shuttle. We'll take that shortcut. Let's go back to archetypes. Let's put on our rank. And okay, let's go, I think, call the bold. And, okay. Some basic skills. Ballistic skill is insane. Perception's looking pretty good. Agility's looking pretty good. Let us put up our agility. Let's get 5% more dodge. Scale. What have we got? On an ally of their choice, the ally gains bonus to dodge and 3 additional MP until the bleeding ends for any reason. They can use his next ranged attack or psychic staff ability, inflicts damage over time, effects on all targets hit. Executioner's next melee attack forces all enemies hit to run away from the executioner in a straight line for 3 cells. Go exsanguinate. And I'm going to put 1 more into intelligence. Then we will... Although, in fact, no, I'm not. We're going to put it into perception. Give him a slightly higher chance to actually hit things, because his perception and agility are both very low. Although his agility is slightly suffering, but it's still very low. The same choices, so exsanguinate it is. And I was rounding you off with weapon skills looking pretty good. That's a good point. We don't actually really need agility and perception too much, because the weapon skill kind of balances those out a little bit. Let's go for some strength. Let us go for... Show the path. And a whole bunch of stratagems. Go Scourge of the Red Tide. Cancel. And then... willpower? Ah. Complete. Yeah, she's all about dodge. I was thinking, do I go and put her in power armor just for the fun of it? But no, let's not. Prophetic intervention. Whenever an ally suffers damage that would make them fall unconscious, the psychic immediately gains an extra turn. During that turn, the psychic can only use prophetic intervention. This power can only be used under these conditions. Restores the allies' wounds to the amount they had before the attack that triggered the intervention. However, the psychic's psi rating was reduced by -1 until the end of combat. This power can only be used by psychics with a psi rating of 3 or higher. I like it. I love it. Do it. And then we have a really high willpower. Let us go and put up our let's just go for willpower again. Why not? And Elliot, let's just grab Raid. And this skill's nice and high, agility's nice and high, perception's nice and high. Let's put another one in ballistic skill. Right, so then let's go back to the Von Valencia shuttle. Rendezvous point. The Xenos shelter. The Void Ship Bridge. I assume I have to leave and then come back down to enter the homunculus's lair. I assume I don't just keep wandering the same part of the planet. And I wonder if this homunculus's lair is where Adira needs to go. How interesting is it going to be if this like makes her a sanctioned psyker? This is like her being touched by the powers of the all-empowering Emperor of Mankind. Or something along those lines. You know? Closes the door to the Whispers and opens the door to the Emperor of Mankind. How interesting would that be? An incident in the officer's quarters, a healer team is required. Oh, really? Tell me about it. Cronus Expanse map. Let's go straight back down to the planet and attempt to kill Homunculus. Like I said, I believe I had to come up, then come back down. As soon as the expedition returns, Vijayasuri Otter hails the Emperor's vow. Praying for the good health and speedy return of your ladyship, CC von Valancius. Allow me to inquire about the fate of Lord Captain Windscale. Perhaps you were lucky enough to meet. Unfortunately, in all this time, he has still not contacted his servants. Carlos Windscale perished during the hunt. So this is how things turned out. The death of his lordship was a great tragedy for the entire dynasty. The vastness of my grief is mitigated only by the knowledge that the Lord Captain perished in a fierce battle. He would have it no other way. What about our deal then? As soon as the Lord Captain's heir claims their rightful title, I immediately notify the rogue trade of our agreement. You may have to wait for a few years. To transfer the warrant is a rather delicate affair. There are some Xenos on this world. We will make sure the Xenos leave Quetzal Tamer and the boundaries of this system alive, of course. Terminate the contract. Terminate the communication, sorry. Quetzal Tamer. Forests. Homunculus' laboratory. Lord Captain, we found it. The door is so close I can practically feel its metal handle in my hand. The voices are whispering over each other in both my ears. I can barely make out what they're saying. Please take me with you. They keep telling me I won't get another chance, and I believe them. It's now or never. What is it you wish to find there? The door from my visions, there's something behind it. Something that can help me deal with my powers for good. I can't even find the words to express how important it is to me, and I've got plenty of words in my head right now, believe you me. We'll go there at once. And the usual suspects. Adira is mandatory. And let us go down to the Homunculus' lab. Now, this would probably involve a fight, but I'm not expecting too much in the way of exploration. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Of course, have some goods to loot. Sure, we'll use a set of keys. We have 9.
Successful.
They have ancient dust, covers the walls and floor and everything else.
What lies beyond? Oh,
I have not interacted with your kind before, Vil Irliet. Now, I have the chance to observe the enemy up close, to study your weaknesses. I welcome this chance.
Alas, you are not the first monkey I have encountered, and I can speak from experience longer than your years. You are no different from the rest.
It's a bit difficult to break it. The machine spirit has been tormented. Someone ripped every bit of useful knowledge from its memory. Seal of silence.
Keep a sharp eye.
Curiosity
Back away.
sings in my veins.
Done with some demolition.
Triumphs. What is that?
Oh, back we go. Dum 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 dum. CC.
Let us seize the moment.
Something just shot at me.
Oh, there. Done.
Clearly failed to see another trap.
In this tapestry of the world, I am the rogue thread.
Found that trap.
Applaud my brilliance.
I can see lovely sets of big and beautifuls downstairs. Good. Toxic Flamer. Ooh, I think that's gonna replace the Infernicus. I don't have actually gotten around to using my Flamer yet. Must remember I have it. Okay, doesn't seem to be anything else in here. Let us...
One step at a time, amidst the madness. Let's see how to dismember you properly.
I will revel in your pain.
Right, so... Elliot taking
Now
point,
we're
it
better
seems.
at searching.
What did you just discover? I feel like, I don't know. Something.
My warp site reveals something.
Goods. I think we're just discovering some goods. I'm not too sure. No traps, though, that I can see. I'm gonna hide right underneath there. Yeah, you're gonna come around there. You see, you're gonna tuck yourself in that one. And Indira, you're gonna tuck yourself next to it. And Beta Grotesque. Oh yeah, there's something about these guys that they link in somehow. Death of this creature enrages and strengthens its cogena. I don't know. Because there's an Alpha Grotesque, and I believe that'll probably have the same. So, probably the idea is to kill them at roughly the same speed. But we'll find out. I'm actually going to bring you to there. Let us...
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Drop that in there. That in there.
I'm a navigator, not a servitor.
That one.
If I
Amongst
may.
there. Then... yeah, we got 5 guys down there. Oh no, he's not out of range. I can get him. I thought he was going to be just out of range. That's just rude.
Isn't this a job for the
Oh, wait.
race, at least?
Nice. 2 of them just dropped dead. What I should have done first is...
Me?
this.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Then do another attack of... this.
I am a navigator. I prefer painted black.
Beta Grotesque and Alpha Grotesque are both stunned. And so we have 3 other guys, 2 here, 1 there. There you go.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Sea Kibula. And
If I
I'm
may.
so hoping she can jump in. Oh, she can. She can even move, which is even better. Because then we can jump in.
I am your blade
Side
and
the melee
shield. Your soul be
threat and do a little bit extra.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Good.
As honor ordained.
Wow.
The shadow. My blade whispers your name.
Nice. Was that better than simply... because, I mean, with all the action points it takes extra? Probably not. Because she does not lack for actions to do, we can tell you that much. The Beta Grotesque, however, is almost dead, which is hilarious. Elliot. Let's have you... don't worry about marking them. Over penetrate.
I understand your intent. I hear you moving. No more.
When it shot the beta.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Let's...
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
oh!
Unleashed my fury.
They survived.
This tedium is beneath me.
Gonna go and... oh, in fact, I may as well. Of course.
If
Mark
it
all 3 of
serves
them.
your cause.
And then... fire away. Oh, fire away.
My heart sings with the thrill of battle. I hear you moving. No more.
Bang, bang, and bang. Let's bring your We'll go up a little bit. Let's blind this one in the back. Elliot has...
I am not your Xenos pet.
Not really a lot left to do, and I could have even done that so much better, but never mind. Shouldn't really be complaining at this point. Let us... Just because I can, because I want to, quite frankly, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to change to my beautiful Toxic Flamer. We are going to... Concentrated Fire. He is marked as prey, so there is that. So let's add in Cull the Bold. Our penetration. Let's burn this guy.
You are marked for demise.
264, he's now burning and has toxin.
Schemes, schemes.
Another lovely 100 damage. I could have actually just done regimental tactics and tried to burn them both. That's my mistake.
A genius at work.
He now gets to start dancing, quite frankly.
Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast willed. Death is a blessing.
And that's the fight. So, what goods did we find? Some goods in the corner. Got some goods behind us. Loot on some foul aberrations. And actually it's supposed to be marked to go to cargo. Didn't I? We have some more goods. The only place it says there's loot is up here, but well, that's interesting. I was up there and I feel like I didn't find that. And now I'm not up there. I feel like I found it. You guys run up there. Slowly climbing a ladder. Strange notes. Fair enough. Weird strange notes from Tovantius himself, I have no doubt, about how his experiments failed and such and such.
The machine god grants the insight.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that once said aloud make your eyes bleed and blood curdle. Talk about black comedy.
Still hand in my hand. What I... Yes, I hear you. My sweet whispers. Just guide us, please. Okay. We are close.
There will be no peace in my wake.
I've seen this corridor before. We should turn right. We're almost there. Is this a dream? No. Who cares? Anyway, only one way to go. Yes, it's to the right. Concrete surface, no different from any other here. Lord Captain, this is it. The place from my visions. Even the scratches on the walls are the same, except for one thing. That's where the door is supposed to be. When I keep opening my dreams every night, I've seen this moment so many times, it feels more real to me. My visions couldn't have lied to me. Then you should trust your feelings. Go ahead and try to open it. Things you say sometimes, Lord Captain. Well, it wouldn't be the strangest thing we've ever done. Oh, what the warp. What have I got to lose? Here goes. Bow, bow, bow. She's going to open a wall. Could get interesting. Move my mouse a little bit. Lyra steps close to the wall and reaches out towards the non-existent door. As if in a trance, she clenches her fingertips as if gripping an invisible handle and slowly turns it. You hear a click. A violent ripple tears through space around the wall. A cacophony of whispers makes your skin crawl from head to toe, like an unseen wave emanating from twisted, broken reality. And even rays of impossible, nauseating light break through the rockreed, forming a silhouette of a doorway. Eventually the vision passes, and you clearly see a door where a blank wall used to be. Lord Captain, we found it. It's the door, exactly like one of my visions, which means my salvation is close. Except it wasn't hidden by some force field contraption. It was a powerful warp barrier. I could never have removed something like that. It's like our arrival was expected. And now they're inviting us in. We best be ready. Someone who knows their witchcraft is waiting inside. As long as we are together, we'll get through this. Well, you're not wrong. We've been to worse, haven't we? Thanks, Lord Captain. I won't let you down.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
Well then, through this hidden door. We go. Secret wing of the laboratory. I've never been here before. I mean, I'd just go and kill a homunculus and move on. Nobody said anything about secret doors and hidden passageways. Look at it, it's a mess, it's been trashed, it's been destroyed. I believe there's a... Yes, there's a dead body right there. A couple, actually, I think. There's another one slightly hidden there. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we reveal a smidge more of the map, yep, there's definitely a couple of dead bodies. We are going to leave the stream there. So, until next week, who only knows what could happen in Adira's mysterious wing that should not even exist. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we're going to leave it there. Thank you all very much for joining me for this stream. I hope you will continue to join us in the future as we continue to unlock the mysteries of people's quests. And so until next time, as per always, until we see you again, I hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.